Cue the intro. Next time you up this bitch, you need a hot 16.
Alright, for sure.
I need to write one too. Be back in there. That's not what the people come for. What they do come for is to control their Epps-perience week in, week out. Again, this is Alan Epps, the namesake. Hoping y'all have been taking your own advice, taking my advice, and controlling your Epps-perience in the real life, because it's hectic out here. Hectic out here. First and foremost, let me apologize for the late release of last week's pod. The long and short of it is my niece came to town and my time just evaporated. I mean, excuses are the tools of the incompetent, but what are you gonna do? So I do appreciate y'all for sticking with me, especially my viewer that's in Ireland. Yeah, okay. It's one, but he threw in there. And my Nigerian viewer, that's lit. So right, we international. Like, share, subscribe, all of that as usual, because y'all are why I'm here. Okay. To make up, I guess, for my shortcomings, you'll be pleased to know that in an effort to bring you the content you want and you deserve, I did a joint pod on what's today? Saturday? So yeah, I did it Friday with the Paris and Archer show. There'll be a link in the description for you to check them out, and the video will be up on YouTube probably on Wednesday, just because I'm out of town and I left the camera. But the audio will be on your DSPs immediately following when I post this one. So that's a bonus show for you guys. It was a great conversation. 2 hours. We had about 5 people on the 4 people on the mic. Some of my nearest and dearest, and we got to it. So make sure you check this show out independently, and check that episode out. And again, in the spirit and intent of bringing you the content you deserve, in an undisclosed location, because to protect the innocent and not so innocent me, but I'm out of town and I don't need y'all niggas to be knowing my movements. But again, I wanted to be consistent, so I paid the baggage fees to bring my equipment where the fuck I'm at for y'all. I hope y'all appreciate this shit. And on top of that, I brought my mans in them, okay? This man needs no introduction. You know who it is. Y'all don't know who the fuck it is. But you know the vibe. You know,
don't do me like that.
You know I only fuck with the real, okay? This man, all right, I know him as the Gif Gawd. I know him as Royce the Ruler. You spell his name on Facebook with the flame emoji where the O should be. It is what it is. This is my swole brother. You know, he's one of the only other Negroes to go to North Dakota of his free will. You know what I mean? I had to go because the military made me go. Yeah. But he was out there in the oil field. We got it. We lifted. We held each other down. And now we're in this undisclosed location that will remain undisclosed for the time being. But he's been all over the country too. You're originally from Tennessee, right?
Mississippi.
Mississippi, yeah? But you lived in Memphis?
Yeah. No, Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm fucking all this. I promise you I know this nigga. But like, I don't be stalking him though. But it's my man's and them. It's just so to show you the power of the internet. We met on the internet and we've been homies for a good part of like 10 years now. Like acquaintances, like yeah.
Yeah, like 08.
But we didn't meet each other until we were banished to the frozen north.
Hey, you know.
The North remembers.
You know, brothers behind the wall, you know.
I watch ended. Damn it, where did I put my drink? Is that you or me?
No, that is mine.
That's yours. There, look at him mocking me. But I'm gonna let him talk his shit while I go get my cup. Tell him about yourself.
What's up? My name's Royce. You know,
I'm
just out here. I'm just out here, you know, because I'm always down to do hood rat shit with my friends. You know, like I said, I've known Alan for, you know, internet known. What is real anymore? So, you know, I've known him for a couple of years now.
We unplugged from the Matrix. This is real life. So
exactly.
It's like,
you know what I'm saying? We link up whenever we're in the right part of the world, you know. And it's just been a pleasant surprise because, you know, he just popped up on a nigga, you know. And,
not like herpes though.
No. He just popped up on your boy, and you know, I'm definitely gonna show up when my people is in town.
And when I tell y'all this man is the Gif Gawd, he was the Gif Gawd before it was easy. Like, you niggas have Giphy and all them other shits that plug into the keyboard. When I tell you this nigga had the fucking, you know, like Batman, they say he can beat anybody with the prep time. This nigga had gigs and folders organized so that the perfect reaction. And you didn't even know what your reaction was, so this nigga posted get me like, this nigga don't miss. Like,
well, it's about having ADHD and being obsessive
and weaponizing your ADHD.
Yeah.
Weaponize your ADHD.
I didn't get any Ritalin in me until like basically I already ruined my life. But if you get focused in on something you're passionate, it becomes obsessive, and then it becomes skillful. I don't know, basically.
You think attentiveness is your ally?
If I had the amount of attention span to sit and just actually write, I think I could. I think I'll be able to do a pretty good blog. But
yeah, do you hear this nigga's voice? He sounds mature. This nigga is me, but you don't expect him to be me because his voice sounds grown. Like he's gonna bring the people together. He sounds like he belongs in a church somewhere. Like. But it's ignorance that comes out. You gotta pay attention. But it's sophisticated ignorance.
No, I mean,
what Kanye say? Sophisticated. I write my curses in cursive or something.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. to Ye.
But yeah, like I said, I'm down for the nigga shit. So,
Black first, black always.
First and foremost.
Yeah. So again, I bring my mans in them for no other reason than y'all's entertainment, and we gonna do just that. It's been a hectic week. I understand a lot of y'all have lost sleep, not me, because I don't be giving a fuck, and I got my gun. So, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like
stay straight.
I don't believe in the whole letting fear grip my heart. Like, we don't know when our time's up, and we don't know how it's gonna be, but I know how it's not gonna be. I refuse to go to the other side with any bitch in my heart. You know what I mean? True. So, and that's the only thing I can control, unless I get eaten by any number of animals, because. Getting 8 niggas?
Nature is fucked
up, Australia?
Bruh.
And I want to go to Australia so bad.
Just think about that. You chilling, you trying to eat something, and then somebody just come over and just bite the fuck out of you.
And don't even end it. It's like I'm bleeding. Like your arm isn't.
There was a video going around where there was a polar bear just savaging this seal, and the seal was still alive. It was like, please stop.
Y'all don't understand. Like if I had to rank the animals I want to get killed by, it would be the most venomous. Of snakes. The most venomous. I'm not talking about the niggas who kill you but take hours to do it. I'm talking about the mambas of the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? The inland taipans of the world.
Like the complete nerve
numbing. The coral, the neurotoxin. None of that. I don't want. You know what hemotoxin is?
It just makes your shit.
It melts you. And what it actually is doing is it's really fucking amazing. Nature evolves. You know what I mean? Like it's digesting you. Those are basically the snake's digestive enzymes that are going to work because they can't chew you. They don't have molars and incisors and shit. So from a scientific standpoint, that shit is fucking amazing. From a nigga who bit me with that shit, no, fuck you. You're not about to melt me. You know what I mean? I had to do like the Raikage.
I think brown recluse.
Oh yeah.
Do that same thing.
The crazy thing about brown recluse is like, so you get necrosis at the site, but they can catch it early, cut it out, give you the antivenom, and you die. You develop a cancer that's specific. The only people who get this cancer have been bitten by brown recluses like 15, 20 years. It's what it is. That's crazy. Fucking nature.
Cause I was thinking about this guy that I used to work with back when I was a teenager, and he was an older guy, and he had like 3 recluse bites, and was just still showing up to work.
White?
No, he was black. Like
where the fuck he live?
This was Nashville, so I don't know. Like he was living in this. He was working at. We were working at KFC, and he was a grown man, so like he probably wasn't living great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. It was. You
know how petty of a spider you gotta be to go walk past all them roaches? I'm going to hell.
That's good. You got good eating right here, cause them hood roaches is like.
And that nigga was bringing the excess food from work home, so them roaches was eating good. They was plump, fat roaches. Them roaches had them. What is it? 11 herbs and spices.
Hey man, it takes about 3 months to get tired of chicken, but
the roaches don't.
No.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I worked at Boston Market, but. I don't know. You know that high school metabolism? That's the only reason I'm not diabetic and 300 pounds. Because when I tell you I eat my wheat and fucking cornbread every day.
Oh, man. When I first got my job, I used to go and get birthday cakes and just make them out to myself. and just eat the cake. My birthday.
You wrote the shit on there?
No, I wrote like congratulations. No, they asked me. You know, they'll you know that. Okay, what do you want on it? I was like, want on it? I just want this cake. You know, so.
Purple stuff.
So I'm just like,
you had to make it legit though.
Congratulations. You know, so no name, just make.
This is before you could like your own comment on Facebook. He did it with a fucking kid.
So it's like. No. It's like when you order a whole bunch of food
this would be so much funnier if you were fat.
Yeah, exactly. That's because I be doing that shit. I like to go to multiple fast foods.
When you watch some 800-pound people,
yeah,
and you wonder how they get that big, and then you see they go make their breakfast run is the entire menu from Burger King, the entire menu from this. I'm like,
it's about creating an experience. Okay. All right, so like maybe you want some chalupas or whatever, but you don't want to get full.
Would
on
you ever
chalupas.
really want a chalupa? You know, this hit different for me because I know what the food is supposed to taste like. Yes. But I get you, the rest of y'all. I can't even call y'all gringos because I don't speak Spanish. But go on.
But then you know you want to. It's like damn. I want to get a pizza too. So you go over here. The pizza, I get you a little mini pan pizza. Yeah. Then you know what I'm saying. I like Chick-fil-A's lemonade. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go get me some of that. Then you go to the Chick-fil-A lemonade, but you also while you're there, you know, you might as well go ahead and get you some waffle fries because you're gonna need to eat those right real quick. So like I should be like double, like triple. You know what I'm saying, what I weigh or whatever, but you know, I got that metabolism, nigga, fuck y'all.
That's what's up. Yeah, I don't even know how we got here, but the roaches. That's a petty ass spider. Oh, shit that I want to die by. So, the most venomous of creatures, I won't restrict the snakes, but if you gonna envenomate me, nigga, come with it. None of that mid-grade melt me from the inside, the excruciating pain.
Let's not play around, let's just end it.
The next one would have to be a big cat. Because with the exception of my spirit animal, the jaguar. No, excuse me, not the jaguar. The jaguar is my spirit animal, but the mountain lion. For the most part, big cats go for the neck and they go for the instant kill. Okay? So it's gonna suck. But the beautiful thing about shock is you don't feel a lot of that shit. Your body knows, hey, we can talk about the owl later. We're dying. Can we stop this? And the only reason I know is because I got brands. Everybody looks at these like, oh, those must have hurt. You don't feel this shit because the body knows. I'm not going to tell you what you already know. You know what I mean? So the big cats, because they go for the neck, except for mountain lions have been known to what's called cape. Because the mountain lion's jaws, the canines have evolved to fit perfectly between the vertebrae of elk and large deer. Your neck is different geometry. So if you're not an elk, a lot of times they'll cape you and try to crack your skull. But our skulls are so round that they can't get a good bite unless you have that ridge where your grandma used to slap the shit out of you. You know what I mean?
I got that. Yeah, that's me.
But they end up caping you, so they peel the skin out because they're trying to get a grip. But the point is, you're alive doing that shit. You feel me? Yeah. So fuck that. Big cats.
That's why I don't go hiking.
And then after that, anything fucking big, like a grizzly bear, which is terrible. I don't wish that. But that you see how the 1, 2, and then there's a distant third. Yeah. Only because I know I wouldn't even be trying to live through the grizzly bear. I would do this to the grizzly bear. Don't miss, nigga. You know what I mean? Because the grizzly bear can just.
You telling me if I play dead, that you won't leave me alone?
I mean, it might. After it's bitten you fellas, you don't even have to play dead. You have to play dead through getting bit and shit. People think, oh, just play dead and walk away. No, it's while he's mauling your ass, you're playing dead.
Oh god.
Yeah. But you just gonna have to end me, Mr. Grizzly Bear. And then like any of the dog species, like wolves, African wild dogs, because they don't necessarily wait till you're dead to start eating you. And then their method of wolves will go for the throat every now and then, but
if you fight,
if there's a bunch of them, they'll just grab a piece and pull. Snakes, like large pythons and shit like that. In hindsight, it would probably be better than any of the dogs and everything, but at the same time, like, it takes time to suffocate, nigga. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
You should. Have you seen The Grey?
I have seen The Grey. That's my shit. Man. I hated how it ended, but I loved how it ended.
Yeah, no, that was good. I watched it for the first time right before I went to North Dakota.
Liam Neeson, before we knew who the fuck he was.
Yeah. That was the worst thing to do because I was about to take a 12-hour flight, and that was the first time. I was like, I need something to watch while I pack. The Great, it's good. It's Liam Neeson, it's good. And
it
so,
was.
So that's
Yeah, but before he was talking about going to go fighting black men that violated his white girl or. What was that whole story? His white female friend was talking about getting raped or some shit.
His friend got raped. Terrible.
Hear him tell it. I'm not. We believe all women, even
terrible.
here through Harrison. But let's say that happened
or whatever. But then you go out and you're like, oh, okay, I'm looking for some niggas to kill. It's like, oh, okay.
And then you say, what's the worst part about that is, okay, you saying that's terrible, but you ain't gonna bust a great nigga. You telling me you a bitch. I would almost respect him if he went and found a nigga, because his bar was low. It could have been any black.
Well, I mean, he in England. How many niggas?
No. Let me tell you about England. Okay. Because honestly, before I made African friends, I used to wonder how Africans looked at us because you internalize that shit as a child that we are the descendants of slaves, that they must have been the strong ones because they didn't make it. They didn't get brought here and everything like that. So you wonder as a child how they look at us. You know what I mean? So I went to London for the games, for the Olympic Games with the family and everything. So I started thinking about like, okay, it's bad enough we got brought here, but y'all niggas are living in their stronghold. There's still a king in this bitch. Like, what are y'all niggas like? Are y'all even black? Like, you're black, but are y'all a subsect of London like we are? Or do y'all think y'all them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. My British black people, some of the swaggiest motherfuckers on this goddamn planet. You hear me? Like, their culture is still there, whether they're Jamaican, whether they're from North Africa, whether it's still there. They conform. So there's a CK who I'm not gonna name, but you know who I'm talking about. Dark skin.
Continue.
People forget, but she was born in England.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So people, and the thing is, this girl is very fancy. She likes the finer things in life, and she can afford them. She's got her own and everything like that. But when we first met her, she almost exclusively dated white boys, and we used to wonder like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Because we didn't realize she was British because she spoke just like us, and she was into sneakers and shit like that. And that's the other thing. In London, they're into sneakers, if you will, but they're soccer cleats. Like nobody wears J's and Dunks and shit over there. Yeah. That's how everybody knew I was a fucking American, because I had on J's and shit. So we were trying to figure her out. Like, what is it about? You like white people, boys, but you wear J's. Like, who are you right now? And because her outfits, she could dress her ass off. But her wigs.
Oh my God! I was just about to say that.
Now, again, I don't say this to be pejorative, because this is one of my friends, and I fucks with her. She's tough. But the only other thing that the girls in the group could do to fry her was talk about her wigs, because by American standards, they were fucking terrible. What I've realized after being a world traveler, low-key, is that that's the style over there. They do that on purpose.
On purpose.
To us, it just looks like, oh, you're foreign, you're wearing a wig, and you don't know how to get them done right, because America thinks we do everything right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not saying that isn't part of it, but it's almost a thing in London to have that type of wig installed, because the people over there these aren't broke bitches. Like, the chicks who are American, they have the type of wigs that Shorty had. I almost said her name. That almost had the wig that Shorty had.
Yeah.
The install looked the same, meaning you could clearly tell, but the quality of hair wasn't her, because you could never say her quality of hair was just, it just looked clearly like a wig. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, she's got to be doing this on purpose. I went to London. She's absolutely doing it on purpose.
Get Out before Get Out.
Right. But now her wig game is American. But it was never a question of her style or her money. You know what I mean? It was just, it was a choice. I went to London, and the same sisters, that's when I understood her. I was like, oh, there's a bunch of y'all.
Okay.
But they were fly as fuck. There's a place in London called Piccadilly Circus, which is the equivalent of like Rodeo Drive in LA, or Times Square, where all the high-end Gucci and all that shit is. Where people just go down there to stunt. There's no other reason to go down there to stunt. And the chicks that were coming in and out of those, getting their Pretty Woman on, all had wigs like that. So then I put respect on our mutual friend's name after that. I was like, I get it. And I'm like, It's
I'm gonna need some.
none of these
I
other
need to see
domestic.
some photographic
No,
evidence
none of
later.
these.
But
You can check my London album on Facebook. It's in there. But none of them domestic bitches was ever gonna get it. So it was beyond me having. And then no sooner than I was like, man, I gotta figure out a way to get them to respect my homie. She switched up the wig game and instantly had better wigs than all them bitches.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of style choice, not a lack of, because we associate that with people who don't have the money.
Yeah, it was a learning experience for her. I'm glad that she progressed to where she at.
And she does like Negroes. I'm not gonna say anything other than that. She does like Negroes. It's just she grew up in London. She dates white boys. It is what it is. I mean, she dates quality niggas. I'm not trying to like paint her. I'm trying to qualify this because I don't want to get into her business.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand that if I only give you a part of it, y'all might think a certain way about my homegirl, and it's not that way.
Hella good, hella cool person.
Hella cool people.
Hella cool person. Wigs was hot damn mess, but I mean,
By our standards, but when you put context.
Yes, okay, that added something because I didn't know.
Right, I didn't know it. I had to go. I had to go. So then the other thing, the reason why I brought this shit up.
Hold on, so you think that's why South African girls be having their wigs?
It's both. It's definitely the style over there. But put it like this: you know how we started seeing Nollywood, the Nigerian kung fu movies, where to us this is fucking terrible. But if you take a step back and be like realizing that their film industry is starting from nothing, and they're already at the 80s and 70s of, you know what I mean?
But no, like my mom loves those movies.
No, it's always you have to watch now. It's almost like that kid who's a grown man.
But I've seen a couple of them. Like there's some current ones that look really good.
Right. But the ones where they do the fighting and the superheroes, it's clear, they clearly don't have the budget for this, but the enthusiasm is there. You know what I mean? And it's just like their film art industry just started, and it's like this.
I'm down for a little bit of camp. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't have Kung Fu Hustle, you know what I mean? Which was well done, but at the same time, there's people who watch it who hate it. Right. We call y'all weird.
Right.
Because y'all don't know how to...
Kung Fu Hustle's amazing.
It's classic. Y'all dumb. Y'all cheating us up. But the point of that is, the reason why I brought this up, so I'm in Piccadilly Circus, right? I almost got ran over by a fucking Lamborghini by some fucking tool and his shorty in there, right? I'm walking down. We're getting on the buses. You know, the double-decker buses, just like Harry Potter and shit. I get on there, and it's like a random one, Tuesday or whatever. So I'm looking hella American because I got shorts on, I got J's on and everything like that. And we're walking, and this Negro, a black man, okay, he gets on, he was a mix between, like he kind of looked like Chiwetel Ejiofor, you know what I'm talking about? Like from the black dude who turned into a villain from Doctor Strange.
Oh. Okay.
He kind of looked like him, but just younger.
Okay.
But his swagger was on Idris Elba and not The Wire. What's the shit? Well, he's British in the show. It's like a TV show.
Oh, Luther.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
So he gets on, and he just looked like he's super important. Not important because he's been on a bus, but he's like he's got business on his mind. Shit is going on. He's got one of the suits on that's like, you remember Ari from that HBO show where like there's an actor, Entourage.
Oh yeah.
So you remember the agent Ari?
Yeah.
So he's dressed like him, just flying.
Wow.
But he's getting on the bus. He gets on the bus, checks his... No, he had a fucking timepiece.
Oh.
He had a timepiece.
So he's one like those dandy type dudes.
Yeah, but he's clean. But he on the bus. But he pulls it out, and then he gets on the phone. He's talking real short to the point. Yes, bruv. Where? Don't waste my time again. Okay, cool. And I'm just sitting there like, Myron, like... And then I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what the haps is. I'm rationalizing this. I'm like, you were too fly for this fucking bus. What the fuck is going on? But then I realized nobody in London has cars. It's like New York.
Yeah, no, it's like...
So I'm like, oh, okay. But then it's the Olympics. I'm like, hey, so you going to the games? No, man, we leave that to you. Enjoy our country. This is for you, you know. This is record weather. We never had this much sun. So enjoy it. You're like, we're glad you're here. And this is Obama's our president. So niggas are liking to see us. You know what I mean? So
I was just talking.
So I'm like, so you're not going to the niggas? No, man, I got business. I was like, well, what's the occasion? Like, why? And he said, what do you mean? It was like, why are you dressed so fly? And he goes, it's Tuesday. And he walks off. And I was like, the way he said Tuesday, like my brain heard Tuesday, but it wasn't Tuesday, it was Tuesday. You feel me? And then it was literally his stop. It was a movie, nigga. It was like he was hanging off the thing with the little ramp,
Yes.
It's Tuesday. And he just literally walked up. The bus had barely stopped and he just floated off. And I'm sitting there like,
God damn.
I'm looking at my dad. I'm like, it's Tuesday. Like, what? Do we know about it? I'm in my church mom. I'm like, we need to find out about this. Nigga, it's Tuesday. What is the most nondescript day of the week?
Oh, he hit you.
You got Monday sucks. You got Hump Day Wednesday.
Yeah.
You got Throwback Thursday. You got Thank God TGIF for Fine Bitch Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most nondescript day of the week?
Tuesday.
Like Tuesday has the Ides of March. That's it. And elections in America.
Titty Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay, Tuesday. But I mean, you gotta be perfect. That's not a wild. You know what I mean? Like, which we are. Shout out to us. But Tuesday is the most nondescript, business as usual day of the fucking week, right? Mm-hmm. This nigga hit me. I'm like, why are you so fucking fly right now?
God damn.
It's Tuesday, bro.
You.
It's Tuesday, bro.
Shit,
But he flexed on me,
you.
but he
Yes.
flexed at me. It wasn't like aggression. It was just like
No.
he wanted me to understand how niggas live over there. I was never more proud of my fucking people, cause you know Americans, we almost, you know how we treat New Yorkers.
Yeah.
That's how the world treats all of us.
Oh.
Because we act like New Yorkers to them.
Okay.
So I'm trying to rationalize where my people at. Are y'all holding it down for black people? Because we struggling over here. You motherfuckers think you British and shit.
Yeah.
So are y'all us or are y'all?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that moment on a Tuesday. And that was shortly. I want to say it was right around the time that Rick Ross came out with that album. No, it was Wale's album or Rick Ross. It was Wale's album where he had the interlude London, 2:00.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I wake up, dark thoughts clouding my mind.
Yes.
It was a synergy. It was a nigga synthesis of black excellence. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
That was 2012, the Olympics. It's 2020. That shit has stuck with me to this fucking day. That our counterparts over there
here.
are out. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure they got their own coons.
Out here.
They got they're everywhere. You know what I mean? But understand, put some respect on our black brothers' names. Oh, yeah, I think I got that. Yeah, that's all I got. I ain't playing God Save the Queen of this bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, but yeah, man, it's like black people, we are more alike than we are different. You know what I mean? We cope, we are resilient, and we make better the shit sandwich that they give us. We season that shit, literally and figuratively.
I really think that it's in our DNA. I really do. I think that
Original man.
Because, like, you know, before social media, we all grew up in different parts of the country, you know, having our own black experiences. And then it's so crazy to me that when you get on something like social media that connects us and allows us to communicate and share culture, it's like everybody has had the same childhood. Everybody had the same.
Dog, the shit with Kevin on stage when he how many of y'all did this? Like, you know, we're like, why do we live like this?
Yes. It's like everybody had the same childhood. So it's like there is something innate, you know, saying that it's been, you know, I don't want to get too hotep on you, but like
talk to these niggas.
But like,
are you telling us we're not ready for this conversation?
Y'all not ready for this conversation, y'all. I mean, if you
did you do your research?
I mean, if y'all are ready to decalcify your pineal gland,
are you gonna say it 3 times so that the programs?
All right, listen. But anyways, I really think there are like archetypes that like our collective unconscious like just generate. Like it just happens naturally because of our social. There's something deeper than just a physical social. Like we're living in the same place. There's some type of connection there because it's like the same people who are repeating or whatever. Like our.
We've been here before.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I only tolerate these chicks because they tend to have the most bombers vagina. The universe is everything type chicks. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm humoring you because I want to swim in your Milky Way. But there is some science to it. Yeah. It's just that y'all bitches take it too fucking far, and I allow you because you look good and you smell good. But at the end of the day, there's no denying that we are us. Yeah. We are the fucking Borg, except we just haven't assimilated these niggas.
Well, you know, that's Carl Jung shit. Like, you know, Like he really dove into the archetypes and the collective.
You got niggas
conscious.
Googling today.
You know.
Archetypes.
I mean,
types.
Well, he was talking about.
I'm
just talking on my I'm just talking about little stuff that I experienced and watched and read. Do your own research.
Like everything is original, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Like we fulfill these roles, we interact with each other and give off.
Kind of like Black Panther, where he went to the ancestral plane and all the Panthers of old were there. Shout out to the god Chadwick Boseman. I'm still sick of that shit.
Sick. That hurt.
But he had, in that archetype of the movie, he went to the astral plane. Like it's there, but it's separate. I challenge you that our astral plane is exactly what the fuck we're talking about, but we're in it now, where that connection is unseen. It's not palpable, but it's fucking there. You feel me? Like and it might become more apparent once we transition, but it was here the whole fucking time. And in that spirit, I got a hot take. Fuck with me real quick. What if I told you that the original Negro spirituals, the songs that sustained us when we were out here picking in this fucking in this fucking
undisclosed
heat,
location.
undisclosed location heat. You know what I mean? Like, them songs, they serve multiple purposes to keep your spirits high. I equate them to military jodies. If you ever served in the military, you learn jodies when you run. One, to take your mind off of fucking running, you know what I mean? But two, they keep you in step, they coordinate, so you know what's coming next. Just like the spirituals did. Take your mind off this bullshit, but also, nigga, I'm giving you, we're leaving after the first quail calls, follow the fucking drinking gourd, my nigga, you know what I mean? Like, those are instructions on how to get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. It's code.
Teach these niggas.
So it was important, but what if I were to say to you, those were the first mixtapes?
Yes, because they got distribution.
And to this day, you remember when I was substitute teaching?
Yeah.
What I teach the kids? I had them niggas following the drinking gourd like we was sneaking. It's a video on my Facebook if y'all fuck with me. Go find my video. I was a substitute teacher at DC and I had my kindergarten class. I taught them the song, Follow Your Drinking Gourd, and I had them niggas sneaking their way to freedom. It was lit.
What was that Robin Williams where he had him standing on the desk?
Oh, that wasn't Miss Doubtfire, was it?
No, nigga. That was when he was in his acting bag.
This was a serious movie.
movie. Hey,
I don't know.
I love Robin Williams.
I'm gonna let you Google it. You got the phone. I'm gonna let you Google it.
But
yeah, man. So it's just like Negro Spirituals was the first mixtape, independent.
That's true, and it did numbers, nigga.
And Harry shot niggas who bootleg their shit. Shout out to the real.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But moving on to we got here. You see what roaches bring you? Because we talked about the KFC roaches and that brought us to black people living the same experiences, except we didn't get bit by brown recluses. I don't want to get ate by anything. And if I do, I wanted to go for the neck or swallow me whole like a great white or some shit. No crushing, no alligators with the death rolls and drowning me. No
poison is really
venom is a way medium venoms that come with that shit, Playboy. Mamba or better, you feel me? Shout out Kobe. God damn, 2020.
Terrible year. Terrible year. I mean, I've been blessed to, not been affected as much from the whole situation. I've always continued to work and all that.
So you're telling me you're a different animal but the same beast?
But yes.
What the fuck does that mean, Royce?
Nobody knows what it is.
It's provocative.
But it's provocative.
Oh,
These are people going.
I remember when Ye was
God, man.
And this guy right here is a Kanye acolyte, and I don't say that. Don't get him fucked up because he's not. He don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Why'd you expose me?
But this guy shot Kanye as much bail as possible. But
listen,
he's not an apologist.
Listen, I'm not an apologist. Everybody there is like, fuck Kanye. Okay, I understand.
We remember him as it's not so much fuck him as fuck what this is, but I remember him as he was. When people die. And they be like, oh, he might have been in the streets or whatever. But you remember me.
Kanye was there on pivotal parts of my life, and his music is.
I listen to fucking Power to this day, and I be ready to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
even his current shit is not as good as his old.
That's the closest thing he's had to a diss track. Fuck SNL, let's write the whole cast. Tell him Yeezy
Brother,
said
visuals.
they can kiss my whole ass.
Oh, man.
He said whole ass and flipped it to asshole. These niggas got jokes.
I just think that
I'm sorry.
What like the people, like how people are really making a point to really talk about mental health and mental illness and whatnot, and basically. How we're supposed to, actually go to therapists and get the help that we need. And
shout out to Black therapists doing the work for us.
It's just like, all right, y'all like, cute mental illness. So y'all like cute mental illness where it's like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, like I've had a traumatic experience and whatnot. But like, when you're dealing with somebody that's bipolar and it's been manic for a long period of time, refuses to take their meds, and
you can't help nobody that don't want to help themselves.
Exactly. Like those, you can't, like, that's not real life to think if you're like, oh, why aren't they just having somebody like commit him or something, or like, pull them up.
For those of you who've never dealt with this shit and are pulling it out of your ass because you've watched it, and I don't say that to be pejorative. I understand when I talk this shit, I'm calling y'all stupid. I'm calling you ignorant, but not ignorant in the sense that it's an insult. Ignorant because you are literally the definition of ignorant. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I only barely know what I'm talking about. So that's why what I'm saying to you is, if you've never dealt with somebody in your life who is going through a mental crisis, and most people, if they have, the closest, it's an old person who you don't expect much for, who it's easier to deal with them because they have other shit because they're old, that it's easier to take over and make their decisions for them.
Right.
But when you have somebody who's supposed to be in the prime of their life,
right,
who is mentally deficient, who either A, doesn't recognize they're mentally deficient, or B, doesn't give a fuck that they're mentally deficient, or C, knows that they're mentally deficient, wants to be better, but does not like how the drugs work, because honestly, humans don't know shit about the brain. We really just be throwing darts at a board, and when it hits for somebody, we assume that it's going to work over here. So I understand everybody who's struggling with mental illness, who doesn't want to be on those fucking pills because they make them feel like ass. They don't feel like it's not worth being alive anymore. You know what I mean?
And you can tell that he went off of his meds when he started back into working in those last couple of albums,
right?
Because he was complaining about how they kill his like creative spirit. And if you really listen to any of his previous albums, like he really talks about how his creative spirit is actually something is his driving force. Is the only thing that he sees worth protecting and whatnot. But closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like towards up your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So I mean, I'm not making an excuse for him. Anybody that's saying fuck Kanye, I get it. But I look at Kanye's Coonin. Because he is Coonin. I will say it. He is Coonin. I'll see his Coonin.
He's Coonin in Crisis, where the rest of these niggas are buttering their biscuits.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
And doing it for financial aid. Candace Owens, fuck you. Officer Brandon Tatum, fuck you.
Ice Cube, Lil Wayne.
Ice Cube is on the border. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna hold him accountable. Ice Cube's on the border for me because he, at the end of the day, he's still about us. He just don't realize when he's getting fucked. And that's not an excuse, because you should know better. You, nigga, fuck the police, nigga. You should know better. But I'm talking about the niggas who are willfully selling their booty holes. You know what I mean? So Candace Owens, fuck you. Officer Tatum, fuck you. The Hodge twins, how fucking dare you?
Damn, I was disappointed in the Hodge twins.
We lived it to these niggas. You remember when we first linked in North Dakota? What was I doing? Hodge twin man and call, yeah. Back in the gym. Fuck y'all.
Look at that form.
Guys.
I mean, but if you listen to their stuff,
and the thing is, I shoot them bail too, because I don't mind Republicans. You know what I mean? Because it is what it is. And especially if you're in the military conditions your ass, especially if you're enlisted, to be Republican. So I get it. And the fact is that them niggas are millionaires now off YouTube, so you're protecting your bottom line. So I understand. I shoot a lot of bail to black Republicans as long as your bank account makes it make sense for you to be. Hold on, for you to be a Republican. Okay, if you're poor and Republican, at best you're an idiot. If you're poor, black, and Republican, at best you're stupid. At best, at worst you're a fucking traitor, and you're the type of nigga to hurry up with a shot. And I'm not arguing with you. Okay? If you're poor and black and Republican, but you know that this is a vehicle to become moderately less poor or rich and black Republican, you are the worst kind of scum.
I don't know. I mean, I get telling white people what they want to hear. It's a lucrative industry.
Candace fucking Owens. Oh, there's no such thing as racism. Bitch, didn't you sue these niggas?
But the Hodge tweets.
They came out of fucking. You did it. You had us. You were us. You were with us.
They had.
And even if you're gonna be Republican and protect your bank account, there's a way to do it and be like, I'm not with this other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
But I don't know. It's 50-50 with these military niggas.
But because they're not all that smart, and this is gonna sound real stupid or real pejorative to. Again, I'm prior service. I was a commissioned Air Force officer. Okay. I am the first to tell you that I was never that butterbar, meaning the first rank you get when you enter active duty out of college, who thinks he knows everything. I was the one who found the flight sergeant, the first sergeant, whoever, and I said, make me a better officer because I outrank you just by virtue of my degree. But you have been in this military for 20 plus years. Turn me into the leader that you want to salute. And I would say out of every 10 LTs that comes into active duty, best case scenario, 6 of us will take that approach. And that's shooting us, best case scenario, the most amount of bail. The rest of us come in there thinking that we know that we're in charge, so we need to project that we're in charge regardless of if we know what the fuck we're doing or talking about. And that's the wrong way to do it.
Yeah. Because
good enlisted want to teach you. You know, they're not looking at you like, oh, why is this dumbass kid making more money than me? And they know what they chose to do. It's a point of pride for them. They say, don't call me sir, I work for a living. It's a joke, but at the same time, it's like, you ever watch Gladiator?
Oh,
not Gladiator, fucking Blood and Sand.
Yes.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
I watched all
the Spartans.
Yeah. Shout out to the OG actor who died from fucking cancer.
Oh man, that hurt.
Yeah, that hurt. But you remember On the Man's, the OG black dude, the trainer?
Yeah.
What would he say anytime the Dominus would tell him to do something? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Dominus would give him an order. Dominus is Latin for master. By the way, dominant, dominus. I'm smart. Anyway, he would say, do such and such. And On the Man's would always come back with, your will, my hands. If you remember when we clashed the clan, anytime you would tell me to go hit my thing, what would I say? What would I say? It's making sense to you now.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Bars. Okay.
These were deep cuts.
And
wasn't even.
And that's some powerful shit to say. Your will, my hands. If I ever have kids, you know, like, oh, my kids are respectful. You're sir, no sir, yes hand. No, my kids, your will, my hands. That's some shit right there. Yes. Anyway, the point is, it's like, that's what a good enlisted wants to do. It's not that he's bowing you, but he wants to be the instrument of your will. But he wants to know that your will has the troops at heart. You get what I'm saying? So they will train you. All you have to do is humble yourself, which shouldn't be that hard to do, nigga, because it's your first day on the fucking job. You're in college. Plenty of people go to college and they work those stupid jobs to get through school, right? You don't go to like Pop Copy. That's not a good place. Fucking Kinko's or like,
Chappelle.
Yeah, because fuck them. That's why. But you don't go to whatever job and be like, all right, we're gonna cook the wings this way, or we're gonna run the copies this way. You be like, please train me, nigga, so I can just get this check and go back. So what changes once you become a fucking lieutenant, where the shit that comes out of your mouth could be the difference between somebody's life or death? You know what I mean?
Because people don't realize that leadership is
to be a good leader.
A form of service.
There is. To be a good leader, they train us this, but it's lip service. To be a good leader, you must be a good follower. You cannot be a good leader without being a good follower. Say what you said. I like the civilian version.
Well, yeah, I think leadership is a form of service. You are in charge, but people are looking to you to guide them through this situation. You you are responsible to make sure all of these people have what they need to execute what you're asking them to do.
Because a leader is responsible for everything his unit achieves or fails
yes.
to achieve. What's that SpongeBob meme with that the fish talk to these niggas?
Hey man, look, cause like that's just a part about leadership. If once you step into that role, you need to become a servant. Like this is your ship, and you are serving all of these people that are on the ship with you. Like they're looking to you to guide them to make sure that whatever this mission is getting done or whatever. They're just playing their roles. They need to be able to trust you to make sure what they're doing is contributing to the win. And so all of you're orchestrating all this. You get to tell people what to do, but I think bitch ass niggas focus on.
Because it's one of them that's gonna be your Marshawn.
Yeah.
It's one of them that's gonna put the team on their back though.
Yeah. So like bitch ass niggas would like just see the telling people what to do part, and don't understand that people are following you because they believe that you can get them where all of us are trying to go.
There's a difference between telling somebody to cross the street and niggas following you across the street.
Yeah. You know.
Like my last colonel, and you know, I've been promising y'all this for a minute, but I'm gonna do a YouTube miniseries about my Air Force career, my experiences with racism, both microaggressions and macroaggressions, and why I'm not in the military anymore. It's November what? The 7th?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have that before the new year. At least started before the new year. I'm holding you today because this nigga was out there with me dealing with it. Well, not with me, but he was out there when I was dealing with the shit.
Yeah.
So that brings it full circle. But it's like my last colonel in the military, he was like the shining star. He was supposed to be the heir apparent to the larger numbered Air Force that controlled the nukes and everything. But his predecessor, I would have followed to hell and back. And that's not even my motif. Like, we were in a combat arms unit where we had to worry about getting shot at and everything. Yeah. But if this motherfucker with no experience in a combat told me to go do something, let's go. My new colonel, who was the gifted guy on paper who was being groomed for a general, so I wouldn't follow that motherfucker across the street. Leadership is intangible, but at the same time, once you have it, it's the most tangible shit on earth.
I mean, it's just what you see as the role is. If you're thinking about, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I get to do, then
you fucking up.
Yeah,
you
it's
fucking
already.
up.
I mean, but you know,
yeah,
we've seen that for about 4 years now.
Yeah. And getting into that, so we're gonna just to give you a recap. So we talked about briefly the election and everything, what it means and everything. And you know, shout out to Derek and everything. He gave his perspective as a felon who's trying to be enfranchised or because he is. The only reason this pod is here is because of Derek. You know what I mean? Like Derek and some other people, but Derek is the one who gets me together with this audio visual shit, telling me how to compress this, aim my mic that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Derek again, the Paris and Archer show. But you know, we had our own perspectives in there, but I kind of want to do a deeper dive. One, because you got the voice to make these niggas pay attention, and then two, you know, we be having our chats because, you know, I'm gonna say it again because this is already 4 years in, and people still seem to be surprised. And I get that you would be surprised if you were new here, which a lot of you are because the podcast is new. But for the people who've known me, I've been having this fucking not so much argument because it's an indefensible position. And I don't seek to defend the position. I seek to explain the position. Does that make sense? There's a difference between defending, because I don't feel like I owe you anything. And honestly and truly, if you feel a way about it, I'm the nigga who will give you the chance to beat my ass.
Yeah. This location is on. Basically,
at all times.
Yeah.
And I'm not this is me at my weakest. You were around me when I was in my form. Is that the nigga that you see before you? This is not that nigga.
One thing that I learned about Alan is that Alan answers every slight.
For better or for worse. Like,
better or
to
for
me,
worse.
that's a compliment. But do you see him shaking his hair? Y'all can't see it on the DSPs, but you see it in the video. This nigga's like, Alex,
whether it's a good idea.
This nigga does
or
not want to come to my funeral. But he gonna know. You gonna remember me as I was, right?
No, I'm gonna come to your funeral.
But no, you gonna come. But you obviously don't want to be at my funeral.
No.
But you gonna come. But you know how they tell you, this is a celebration of life? You gonna know I went to the grave the way I live.
When I get the call that Alan has been stopped.
Stopped? Like I'm
when they finally catch
one
you,
day.
I'm not going to be surprised. I'm going to ask, okay, well, what did they do?
And did he die well?
And okay, how did they finally get him?
And how many of them did he lay down? What my stats is what you're saying, right?
What is his stats?
Would they kill streak reward, my nigga? Do I got prestige?
Because this basically he answers every slight with whether it's a good idea or not.
But I keep the same energy.
You
know how bitches say keep the same energy, and then you keep the same energy, and they don't want you to keep the same energy?
People say keep the same energy.
But they don't mean that shit.
But they don't. They haven't conceptualized.
Especially the women. And this is not me being sexist.
The
especially the women.
same energy is.
Because niggas have been saying I bet since the beginning of time.
Alan's energy has achieved true inertia. Like it's whatever it's doing, it's gonna want to keep on doing.
An object of motion.
And whether it can just ruin the situation or not. Like when you step back, okay, well, yeah, this was probably a mistake for me to involve.
And do I admit when I'm wrong?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, it's probably a mistake for me to involve Alan in this situation when I know
where this is
exactly what this.
When I'm predictable.
Yes, you very, very predictable. I always
and
know.
And isn't that appreciated?
Shit is going to
Isn't that appreciated? You know.
So if I would, it depends on what type of.
Shit would go left on my post. And because I'm actively engaging with an idiot, I don't think to check our group chat.
Yeah.
I come back to the group chat, these niggas have been laughing at this shit for like hours.
Oh, this nigga is at this shit again.
And then I'd be like, damn, why they judging me? But I'm like, am I wilding? They're like, yeah, but you're supposed to. Go back.
You wilding, but keep going though. So, keep going. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you could have let this go.
I wild up for the culture.
You could have let it. No.
And then when you we've had several conversations about this shit. Like, did you really need to?
You don't need to attend every argument that you're invited to.
And what do I say to you? I'm like, you're right, but this is why I did it. Now, the ends may not justify the means, but understand that there was an end to it. It wasn't just.
Yes,
I don't waste my fucking time.
On principle, most times.
It's principality, Smokey.
On principle, most of the times I agree with you, but goddamn.
You wouldn't do it. That ain't you. It ain't you.
Damn.
Which is we foils, nigga.
We got different energy, but it's the same wavelength.
And you know who my anime spirit animal is?
Yes,
Like people say that.
One thing that you have to understand. Alan is
this. People claim their favorite anime character because that was their favorite anime and he's cool or this. No. Literally,
Alan's a Vegeta fan, and if you know what that means, then I shouldn't really have to explain it to you. But if you don't know, it's basically he believes that he's the prince of all Lightskints, and that if he rather fight people with a hand tied behind his back to prove
even
something.
Though I could just dump these niggas.
He would rather argue with a metaphorical hand tied behind his back just to test his limits.
Just to show you that I can sun you at your level. Because it don't mean nothing if I smash you at mine.
Yeah. He wants to smoke.
And do I go into the smoke thinking I'm invincible? No. I wait. You remember that scene in 300?
What I appreciate is that you go in knowing whether you're going to take an L or not.
That I'm mortal.
And
make me bleed, niggas.
Knowing that even though I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna die on this hill, and this hill meant something.
And y'all niggas gonna learn from it. Like,
right.
I do this for the culture. Right. To let them know what a nigga look. I'm sorry. But
the most aggravating nigga to be with. But,
But I don't put my niggas in bad spots. If there's ever a risk to my
He does it, but he's not stupid. There's people that do
niggas,
that.
we call them hoteps.
Yeah, these niggas that do that and then y'all out here in the bookings, you know, locked up for the weekend and shit.
They know if I got arrested, it was for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but at the same time, it's like I do this for y'all, man, because I wouldn't waste my time if I didn't care about us. You feel me? Don't get me wrong. It's self-aggrandizing and self-gratifying to make an idiot look like an idiot, and it's gotten to the point where like that's low-hanging fruit. I'm not making you look like an idiot. I'm giving you the chance to make yourself look like an idiot. Because when my best victories are when I let niggas talk. Yeah. What they say about racists, just let them talk.
Yeah.
But same thing with idiots.
Yeah, they
just
always
let them talk.
Themselves.
You know what I mean? So that's the funniest part of me. And people ask me, why you do this for the screenshots? Nigga, do y'all understand that if I never got another... No, okay, now this is not true about the pod. Y'all niggas better give me all my fucking notifications because I monetize this bitch now. I need y'all, okay? But my Facebook, the only reason we're here is because I keep getting thrown in Facebook jail, Twitter jail. Did you even know Twitter had a fucking jail, bitch? I'm in it. Anyway, that's crazy, so it's wholesale escorts on there, but I can't call a bitch a dry-headed wench.
Well, spread their birth canal, like wide open.
You can see.
I mean, well, let's not.
Shout out to the content creators. Where would we be?
Well, sex work is real work. I will say that, you know, and I'm
tax that ass.
I'm not going to be.
We're progressive as fuck.
Yes.
We're progressive to the point where we don't trick. We don't trick.
I'm not judging that. No,
we don't trick, but we support the tricking. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Get your money on it. But yeah.
If I get disfigured, I'm on your line. Like.
Man. But I just think that it's.
I do this for y'all. Like people think because I understand it. I don't judge y'all. I understand how it looks that this nigga gets off on arguing. Oh, this nigga gets off on people notifying his shit. Oh, this nigga gets off on getting thrown in jail. I get how that looks. I do this because I care about you niggas, and this is the only way that I can. I have the arguments that y'all either, and I don't say this to be pejorative. I have the arguments that y'all niggas are either not equipped to have, or that y'all didn't know needed to have. You know what I mean? And it's a lot easier to read the shit and be like, oh, Alan wildin', but he made some points. I do that for y'all.
I think the main difference between the two of us is that he has the time.
But I don't be having the time, but I have the time.
Metaphorically, he has the time.
I be working. I be stressed. I be doing this at work, nigga. Like
you make time.
Well, it was easier when I was in North Dakota because of the nature of my job. Yeah. But I actually be neglecting my shit for y'all.
Yeah.
If y'all understand the work that I put in to defend black women, and how many times I get called a misogynist, like.
Oof.
Royce, you and I both, don't say no names, but you and I both know at least 3 girls that if I could Ben 10 Omnitrix my dick away, then I would fade them into oblivion. And one of those bitches is actually bigger than me as a nigga. She's my height and heavier than me, so I wouldn't even feel bad about hitting her now.
Yeah.
And she talked crazy to my mother.
Yeah, she did. She did do that. Oof.
So, on God and on the set,
yeah.
Like, what would Obama say?
But
women's
fighting weight classes are different. It's like
she's heavier than me.
Yeah, she's hard.
And I'm not even in shape, so I wouldn't even feel this ain't me in my final form hitting her.
Yeah.
I would not. If she was in front of me right now, I would knock the sonic rings out that bitch. You know what I mean? Like.
If you are also a woman and not.
No, nigga, her. And y'all can call me. No, don't get me wrong. I invite all the slander for that. Y'all don't understand. She broke me up with my shorty at the time. Whatever. But my shorty is my shorty. I'm not getting into that. Fuck y'all. But that started. That was the start.
Yeah.
She talked crazy to my mother.
She did.
Like shit was sweet, and she's met my mother.
That was wild.
So it wasn't like in the abstract. She knows my mother.
It was out of pocket.
This bitch got whole crackheads in her family talking crazy to my mother. I would have had to pull out a Ouija board to talk shit about her mama because her mama dead. But I went too far, didn't I? You remember what I told you when y'all told me that I go too far, and I tell you that this is the 3rd edit and this is the one that made it?
Hey, all right.
We're gonna move past.
All right, so
the point is, what I was getting at is that I get called a misogynist at least 2-3 times a week. But you know that all of those chicks that I just talked about, even the one that I would knock the fuck out of, if a white,
oh, that was
serendipitous. If a white tried her, if a race warrior tried her, if one of these fuck ass Negroes who can't take a no, who can't take a breakup, I would die for one of these chicks that I can't stand, that I owe blood.
Yeah.
But you're not about to do that on my watch. You feel me?
Yeah.
Protecting black women is my life. I'm not a father.
We can deal
I am
with
the older brother of 2.
Yeah.
I am the cousin of many. I am the friend of more. Any black woman in my presence is fucking protected.
Yeah.
And if she's not, it's because I don't fucking know. I don't see the fucking threat.
Yeah.
And you told these people how I answer everything.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking looking for the fucking smoke.
Yeah.
I don't care if I hate your fucking guts. I don't care if you did this, that, and me. You're protected on a brother to sister level.
Yeah.
Now, our personal shit, we gonna handle on our personal time.
Yeah.
But to them,
Yeah, no.
I will go to my fucking grave before I be a bitch nigga.
Yes, thank you. Like that's really what the energy needs.
And I only fuck with niggas like that.
Yeah.
And when I find out, it you know, you always just, it's the same thing with the rapists, you know, like, it's crazy how no nigga knows another nigga who raped somebody, but every woman knows a woman who's been raped. So something ain't adding up. We don't be with each other when niggas is doing this crazy shit.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't fuck with this nigga right here if I didn't know as soon as he became aware it's a fucking problem. And he wouldn't fuck with me like that. And mind you, we lived in the middle of nowhere where there's no vagina. You remember when we went to that strip club?
It wasn't a strip club because, as Juicy J said, that it ain't strip club if they ain't showing pussy.
Yeah.
But it was a titty bar, and
Williston, North Dakota.
Hey, shout out to my boy Kenny.
What was your roommate's
And
name?
Sean.
We're not doing that.
We're
not doing that. That's another show. That's another show.
We're gonna talk about some mess.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Shout out to the Grove.
Okay.
Hold on. Did you hit the niggas? Are they around?
Oh, yeah, I should.
See if they're around, because I want to do a quick video. I want to get them on.
Yeah.
And then I can connect you to the Bluetooth. Is your Bluetooth on?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me know when your Bluetooth on, because our radio. If you put on radio mode, does that take off Bluetooth?
I'm not sure, but I will hit them up and I'll see if
If they're available, turn on your Bluetooth and see if it'll let you connect to the road. If not, I need to go turn it off over there. We'll take a quick break because I will get them on. But it's not worth it if they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the Grove is our group chat. Grove Street niggas.
There we are here.
I just threw up a random.
Yo,
what was it? Like CJ and them.
Hey, but yo, we was out here.
Out here.
Yeah.
These niggas left me in these Clash of Clans streets by myself. But it is. What y'all play now? That Among Us shit or what's it?
Hey, Among Us is lit.
It
bro.
is. I refuse.
No. You got to.
Nigga.
You got to.
How long did it take you to get me to Clash?
No, I'm just saying.
It took you 2 years.
Okay.
And it took me to get kicked out of the Air Force to do it. And then I was all in. I tried to become the G in the first week. I refuse.
But no.
But what I will do is call niggas sus.
No, all niggas. Well, yeah, niggas do be sus. But Among Us is like
Clue, right?
it's basically Clue. And if you can get into such a session with like people it's so fucking hilarious.
You know what's funny? So my exposure to Among Us was the meme, where it's like you looking kind of sus.
Yeah.
I thought that was part of the gameplay, and I thought this was Black Excellence. That whoever programmed this shit was clearly one of us, because white people don't talk like that.
No.
I didn't realize that was just a screenshot from somebody's game where one of the niggas said, I thought that's part of the game. That it was written into the game that you looking kind of sus. And that shit, and that's why I won't play
Black
it.
sus and what, white people think sus.
White people don't even fucking say sus. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that was mean. Suspect. It does, but it don't.
It's a little sus right there,
You call me sus. And let's bring, okay. I'm assuming some of y'all my audience are New Yorkers. And this is not made as an insult. Because when I went to the Cancun Jump Off 10-year reunion, he kept the party vibes going. So this is not an insult, but at the same time, if it is, again, we can fight. There's a popular DJ. He's on. I think he's on Hip Hop Nation. It's either Hip Hop Nation or Shade 45. Called DJ Sus One.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's a great DJ. And I feel like, I feel like he gets mixy on Sirius just because that's what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you figure that's his persona and his name is Sus One, I just want to know the origin of that name. Because if I'm a DJ, that would be the last thing that I put. You are a Sus One? Sus hat? In the black community, sus means something. Yeah, like. So if one of my New York listeners could either tweet me at Dependence Mighty, or again, shout out to the late great Sean Connery, the man himself, the original James Bond. If one of you, that's where the Penis Mightier comes from. There's a skit on SNL called The Penis Mightier, where he's playing Jeopardy, and they're making fun of Sean Connery. He's like, "Shock it, Trebek." Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah, that was a crazy. It was so much going on.
The OG
when
James Bond.
But damn,
he lived a long, full life. We gonna remember the man himself as he was.
Yes.
Shout out to the real 007.
Hey, man.
A lot of our grandmas who grew up in racist white boys would have gave Sean Connery the cheeks.
Yes.
Shout out to Ruby Lee Lyons.
Hey,
I had to learn that from my dad. My dad said, your grandma said he was,
Them Bond movies.
I don't need to hear this.
Them Bond
Can you imagine?
movies.
My grandma is in the grave. My dad's a mama's boy. Put that in context, okay? My dad is a mama's boy. When Sean Connery died, your grandma used to tell me that that's the only way. Hey!
All right.
Hey, I respect it.
Okay.
But no.
I didn't need to know.
I did, nigga.
Don't tell me these things.
What shocks me?
Like
what shocks me?
Nothing. But like,
can we not?
Can we keep that?
Can we remember Ruby Lee Lyons as she was?
What
would I say? Remember her? I think that's the name of the pod. Remember them as they were. No, we're gonna put a pin in that. Remember me as I was. Unless something else pops up. Okay. But that's leading right now. Remember me as I was. Okay.
I'm drunk.
Yeah, well, hey, lean, my nigga.
But
I'm doing it again.
Listen,
but while we at it though, because hey, Atlanta bites, and you're who's your football team? Who your football team? Talk to him. Set the scene.
All right.
I'm gonna let him go. Go ahead.
Third quarter in the Super Bowl, Patriots versus Falcons.
I wake up, dark thoughts clouding my mind. Go ahead.
Now, you know, I fuck with your boy Brady. You know,
no, what do you call him?
Brady the God.
And what was your Abby? What was your Abby? Do it. And then
right there.
And then you remember my man?
Okay. Yeah, you know,
Max B, shout out.
Silver Surfer.
Is Max B out?
I think he's in a halfway home.
Right he's out, but he ain't out. Yeah. But the Max B meme where he's on the waves like this, but they put Brady face on it. That was this nigga fucking Abby. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, you see, I mean, Brady was, he just had a great story, man. And like,
still does.
And like,
even though he cheated, I'm going get your shit off. But he cheated. Go get your shit off. Now I'm not talking about the playbook shit. That nigga was on that shit. He got away with it because he's white. There's no arguing it. It's two niggas who live. There's no arguing with it. Or once lived it because. But
okay, as long as you're not talking about inflating balls.
Yeah.
Because even if
no, fuck that shit. Because
the Colts wouldn't have won that game.
No, but here's what I'm saying.
The Colts wouldn't have won that game.
It's foul because I fuck with Brady.
Yeah.
As a nigga who don't like Brady.
Yeah.
I fuck with just like for the longest time, and this is before Kobe died.
It's just it's how beautiful he came.
Right, because my thing is, if you're gonna flatten the ball to make it easier for him to throw and for your receivers to catch, guess who else is easier to catch?
Yeah.
The DBs.
Yeah.
Stop the play.
They wouldn't have won that game. They got blew out.
It's a dumb reason to put an asterisk next to greatness. That's my beef with Tom Brady. Yeah. Is that, and then of course the Belichick shit with the playbook. But Tom Brady got away with shit that no black quarterback would have got away with. Tom Brady was 212 pounds when he came out. He was considered undersized and a weak arm. And in 8 months, This nigga's throwing the ball off his back foot 70 yards.
I mean, he was drafted, 106? So, like, he...
Oh, they put it here in the ass. They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But,
we know the real. But go on.
But basically, yeah. I've been living in Atlanta for basically since 06. So
when did you move to Atlanta?
06, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, you know.
Royce is a church driver, by the way.
Yeah, so, you know.
He's on the road. So he has a home, but he's a vagabond.
But, you know, like, yeah, I travel and whatnot.
That's why we just fucking what's up.
I travel and whatnot, but, like, I live in Atlanta. And so, you know.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
They fool.
There's no T at the end.
They
but basically, you know, that was a hilarious they still haven't changed since now. Like they don't understand. The Falcons don't understand that there's 4 quarters of football. And
hey, the Cowboys
and tell them.
Because Royce hates the Cowboys, and
Tell
Royce will wait any time to troll me.
Oh my God.
Like,
I want you don't know this, but my father was a Cowboys fan.
oh, nigga, this explains everything. I thought it was me. I thought it was me. I'm like, do we have to fight? Because there's a couple times.
I grew up in a home that I probably should have been taken out of this home because I was in a household that Cowboys was forced upon him.
There's most people who hate on the Cowboys aren't funny, but I told you that I know Royce. I had him in my phone as the Gif Gawd. Okay, I told y'all that he had gifs that wasn't on the internet. That y'all niggas can hit the little keyboard button and type this shit in. Royce had these in his back pocket like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card.
We was making back when the internet was fun. We was making gifs.
Yes, on his phone. And Royce would get annoyed me. I'm like, Royce, how you do this? I told you 9 times.
Hosting it on, file share sites or whatever, and then just posting links. That's, but
Royce is relieved that he doesn't have to work as hard, but at the same time, he's like, it ain't the same.
Y'all don't have to work as hard.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, y'all niggas think y'all is funny. He said, y'all think y'all as funny as me.
I was already pirating. Well, I was already pirating because I also owned the physical copy.
Right.
But basically,
I seen you.
But basically, you have the file, you clip it, all this stuff like that. But
the thing is, Royce is one of the purists.
Revolutionary.
You're like a rapper, where it's like you're one of the purists who did this shit when it wasn't easy and clean and convenient.
Yeah.
And there's other niggas out here who have talent, but they think they're you, and they're not you. And I don't say that because it's my man's in it. I say that to say that. To deal with this nigga's slander against my Cowboys, we should have fought several times by now.
Oh, you remember the light-skin, dark-skin wars with Bitmoji?
Bitmoji was a great time. We had Game of Tones.
Yes.
So y'all know Game of Thrones, we had Game of Tones. It was light skins versus dark skins. It was all in good love, not colorism.
Back when colorism was funny.
Shout out to Luigi.
When you understand.
Shout out to that nigga whose name is spelled a way that it's not said.
When you doing it ironically, it's it can be funny.
Because I go to war for and with this nigga.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that if some shit happened, like, he not about to catch a stupid charge from me, but if it was for the culture, I won't have to ask the nigga twice. Yeah. Whereas I will catch a stupid charge from him because I make terrible decisions.
If it's a stupid charge, I told this nigga before we went into the shit that we don't have to do this.
Continue. I'm even more intrigued.
I'm with the shits, but do we have to do the shits? Like, is it necessary?
And before I even come to Royce, I'm like, Royce, I don't ask you for shit.
And then I do this.
Shall we go to jail?
I do this, and then I'm like, all right, fuck.
Because I don't ask you for shit, do I? Like.
But I'm such a paranoid pack rat.
But these niggas have shit to lose. Like this nigga is domestic now. Like when I called him to set the shit up, this nigga was blowing leaves. He was going to Home Depot. Can I say the rest?
I mean, we don't need to talk about everything.
But he has responsibilities.
Yeah,
and he stopped it for me. So I hope y'all are enjoying this right now. Like
we all 30 somethings and whatever. So we
more fire. My joints, nigga. Look, like this shoulder. I told you I ain't been in the gym in a year, right? I can't. This hurts. This is actual pain.
I need to show you something.
This is actual pain.
I was working out back in I was working out in LA Fitness about like 2013, and and you know I was doing the
this nigga's delts. This nigga's delts.
Crack of dawn. This is the slimmest that you will ever see.
Slim Shady.
But you know, like back when I was like training, like doing my
this nigga would drop down to 6% body fat like it was fucking nothing. What did you say when you were 4? It was uncomfortable, like you couldn't bend your arm or some shit like that. 4.
Going down to like Showtime body fat. Cause you know I was really into bodybuilding just for the passion of it. I never.
My nigga.
Okay. I do it for aesthetic.
Shout out.
Okay. All right. Aesthetic, strength.
You know what I was about to say.
Aesthetic, strength.
You know what I was about to say.
Then hoes. In that order.
You know who I was about to say.
No.
I'm not going to.
Look, all right. No, we're not going to talk about that. Okay.
Just not.
Okay.
Just not.
All right.
The camera's right there. Not.
All right. Okay. No.
Continue.
All right. So.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But like, what were we saying?
You was talking about going down to 4%.
4%. Man. Okay. I had a vacation. I was going out to Miami. But getting down to 4% is like it's not. You're not supposed to be that low.
Most of us have to do LaCroix. You know LaCroix, them sodas? Mm-hmm. We have to do that with food. Mm-hmm. This nigga right here.
I was blessed with a fast metabolism, and I totally understand that.
I drove to Williston to work out with this motherfucker, and we go back, and I'm all disciplined, mixing my shakes. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get fit. This motherfucker. Hey, can we stop by Popeyes, bitch? No, it wasn't Popeyes, it was a KFC. It was a KFC. And he goes like, oh, yeah, I ain't tell you, I was a dirty bulker.
Dirty bulker.
And I'm sitting there like, you gonna do this in front of me?
Dirty.
We supposed to be gang. Because we got in a fucking workout, right?
Yeah.
Like, we was hurt. Like.
Yeah. No, I got once I bought Arnold Schwarzenegger's encyclopedia of
do it now. Oh, that was the
bodybuilding
and the part 2. That
it was like the blueprint and whatnot, and basically every training for your body type, whether you're ectomorph, endomorph, or mesomorph, like all this stuff I struggled years to find. It was already there.
It was laid out there, like the tone. Like you felt like Moses went up on that mountain and came back with them slabs.
Man.
And you ain't even have to talk to the burning bush.
But yeah, I got up to 200 pounds.
Which is a big deal for us because I had never been 200 pounds ever.
In high school, I was 6'4". I'm 6'4", 155.
The strongest I've ever been.
I was
probably about like 12 to 15% because I never went and go check. But when you see me, I was the strongest I've ever been. The heaviest I was ever was 188. At 12 to so if I had got down to 4% like he did, I probably would have been about 172, 175 ish. You know what I mean? I'm 200 now, so I feel like a grown man, but I'm a fat grown man. You know what I mean? Like, cause I just let myself go.
I mean, COVID really killed the gym.
It was before COVID. Let's be real. You saw me getting fat. Like, I don't need no fucking alibi. But I don't like bitches have been talking. Women have been talking to me crazy.
Queens.
They're talking to me crazy. I like dad bods. Y'all don't like dad bods. Y'all like niggas with kids with dad bods. Or you like your nigga.
Safe bods.
Or that's what it is. You like your nigga with a safe bod because you know bitches ain't checking for him.
Yes.
But us single niggas in the wild, y'all was talking.
That's when you're.
And I needed that. What Drake said?
Acceptable range.
What Drake said? Oh, somebody told me I fell off. Oh, I needed that. Yeah.
Yes.
Understand that when V Cut Shorty come back.
Woo. Let them know.
Y'all gonna be upset with me.
Talk to them.
All right. What the weekend say? Girl, I'm just a bird.
Yeah, like COVID really killed the gym situation.
I hope it sounds good because you know I can't sing.
No, man. You ain't on key,
love.
But like I hear, I feel it.
Me. Oh, you grew up in the church, so you know. Like me.
Yeah. But
ooh yeah. Oh shit, that's a. That was there. Ooh Who got the best Ouya game right now? I feel like it's Ty
They don't do it like that.
It's different, but right now, contemporary niggas who Ouya right now, I feel like it's Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah. Yes. He just dropped that. He just dropped the album recently.
I heard.
I fuck with it.
It is lit, but the point is,
like,
before I listen to it, I fucked around and listened to the JBP, and I fucked with what Joe said. He's like, this is quality music, but this is not what I come to Ty for. But a week later, they said Ty got the real shit coming. He just needed to do this because of the drop.
Well, he reacted to what's going on around, like
niggas gotta get content out here. It's weird.
People like Ty Dolla $ign. When I first heard about him, he was doing the first heard of him was the Or Nah.
Google Ty. Oh yeah, the Or Nah.
Or Nah, banger.
Google Ty Dolla $ign crab. Put that in there. What movie is that? They say he looks like the crab from one of them seafood movies.
Oh,
the John Will Smith, I think. Fish Tales or what was it called?
Oh, Shark Tale?
Was that it?
Yeah, that was
Just
it.
Just Google Ty Dolla $ign crab and press images.
Crab?
I hope the camera's still running. I don't know if it cut off, but look at Royce's face if you look at look at his face. Just Ty Dolla $ign crab. I promise you. It was because it was on Jimmy Kimmel's Mean Tweets. What does it say though? It says what?
Dolla $ign looks like the crab from Mona.
Moana. Oh, the crab that tried to kill Moana at the. Don't he though?
Bruh.
And that's some disrespect to Ty Dolla $ign. But we say that because that shit was funny, wasn't it?
Hell no.
But that was,
I didn't see this.
You see it though. I've seen Moana, but look.
Okay.
I really hope the camera's still running.
Okay.
There's no way for me to check if the camera cut off. But if for y'all and the DSPs.
Nah, man, I fuck with Ty Dolla $ign, man. I'm not gonna agree with this.
Lie again. Oh, I wish I had your soundbite to your laugh.
Yeah.
We're gonna add that.
You hear us?
Hold on.
Start adding laugh tracks.
Do I have your permission to use your laugh without royalties and whatnot?
I support the.
The Royce laugh will be on the next pod.
All right.
Yeah,
but no, I fuck with Ty Dolla $ign.
You fuck with the Busta album yet?
Oh no, I haven't.
I got a quarter of the way through it when I heard that ODB track. It was
but see, Busta got amazing.
It was
amazing visuals.
Listen to me.
Amazing singles.
Listen to me. It was 2000 again.
Okay.
That's it. That's the post.
I don't like his albums.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I know, I hear that.
He has great singles.
And I hear exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't like his albums because you like a flow, you like continuity.
Yeah.
I hear that. And under normal circumstances, you'll be right if he was if he was one of these artists who put out every 1 or 2 years because he's trying to stay current. I hear that. What I say to you is, it's 2000 here. Listen to it.
Put my hands where my eyes can see.
It's 2000 again. Don't look at it as why are you not competing? Why are you not? Because this nigga didn't have to put out another album. For all we cared, he was retired. He's a feature artist at the most. Yeah. It's 2000 again. 99 really, but 2000.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Listen to it like it's 2000 again, because it is 2000 again. Because he dropped Extinction Level Event, I think in '98.
Yeah.
This is part 2. So normally when niggas come out with part 2s to their album, it's within a year or two, right? It's 2000 again. That's it. Enjoy it.
I'm ready.
And that's it. And if you buy it and you don't like it, I got you.
I got Spotify Premium.
I just want you to put your hands where our eyes.
I'm going to.
Y'all better be glad.
Like if it don't pass the whip test, I don't have no need.
The intro itself. I want your levels up at ignorant levels.
Okay.
When that ODB, it's not on the intro, but when the ODB track come on, you're gonna think that God is behind you.
Okay.
ODB been in the ground since. ODB been in the ground since. I'm not saying it's gonna be a banger joint that you're gonna pull out for your workout. I'm not saying it's gonna be something that you're gonna be ride to at all times.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's 2000 again. And in 2020, if there's anything we could use some of right now, it's fucking 2000 again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a bag. I'm gonna get a throwback.
And if you don't like it, I got your $7.99 for the shit or whatever. like it is what it is.
I'm gonna get a throwback jersey and put it on.
But as a hip hop head,
yes. Okay.
Because Royce be put me on to the old school shit that I be forgetting about. Royce be going to fucking Frankie Beverly and Maze concerts with his mama. Shout out my Dukes.
Yeah. I I've always been like old soul before anything. You know what I'm saying?
I need a massage playlist that's urban. I need you to help me with that because I still have my old Fuck Action mix that's tried and true. Okay. But I'm trying to be a grown up. So if you could send me some.
I'm working on a Royce Law playlist. Hey, that's the name of it. Like I've always been like I play all types of different instruments during during my high school college days. And I think I've developed an ear where. I'm sorry. I developed an ear where I just really tune into this music like that, and where Royce's ear, it's not. When you listen to the shit that Royce recommends, it's nothing new, it's nothing revolutionary, but it's curated in the sense that it's like he's way more mature than me. It's basically I see it like separating laundry. Get into the bag. Get into it. So you choose what this cycle is going to be for. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're creating a playlist, this is my tips for creating a dope playlist. When you create a dope playlist, you want to decide on what's a mood. You know what I'm saying? What is this going to be for? And because you can have as many playlists as you like. If you that's the core thing. Yeah. Like at the face value, like my shit is called Fuck Action. Yeah. I stole the shit because there's a Texas. If y'all don't know, in Texas they have mixtapes called Fuck Action mixtapes. Chopped and screwed. All of it is screwed. Yeah. And I fucks with screw music, but that's a lot. If you're not fucking with a bitch from Dallas. I don't know what Fuck Action it is, but I think it's 4. When they chopped and screwed prototype. Chopped and screwed prototype. I think it's 4. Don't quote me on that. What I'm saying though is like. You can let a Fuck Action track tape run if the bitch is from Texas or the South. But the proper way to use a Fuck Action to make it an all-purpose is to mix it in with normal shit. And then because what they do is they chop and screw. So you take the OG version and then you clip it to the verse that hits. Yeah. But then you bring in the entire Fuck Action track. So by the time Shorty gets to that chop and screw part, she's already vibed. You understand what I'm saying? That's the proper way to curate this shit. And if you pay for Spotify Premium. We was doing this during Napster, man. We was getting computer all the it's made it so much so much easier because you have access to everything. Computer be burnt the fuck up, nigga. And you can get the high quality. You can get into the hard body now. No crossfade. You can crossfade these tracks where the transition. If you structure it right, the transitions be so fucking seamless. Or whatever. That like when you're out here doing your thing, like you look up and like, everybody's naked. I said if you metaphors the metaphysical. What does that even fucking mean? Like it's provocative. Gets the people going. But nah, like it's all, and that's why I'm switching the water because I need to drive home. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah. I don't give a fuck. I don't play that shit. And I'm in a buzzing cap on a nigga. Like, okay, so you create the playlist. You decide on what the mood is, and then you just listen to each. While you're listening to all the songs that are out now, current shit or whatever, you keep that playlist in mind, and then you just listen to it and think about, okay, what does this make me feel? Segment Fuck Action, because that's gonna make me just click. Yeah. So like, what does this music do? What is this vibe? What is this going for? And then what does it make you feel? If it achieves its intention? Then it's like, okay, does this make me feel like this? And then you just put it to that playlist. I think that's what the influence you're meant to have on my life is, other than just being a real nigga. Royce curates.
And there's something to be said. Royce creates.
I'm
too.
obsessed.
No, hold on. Royce creates because that's why he's the Gif Gawd. But most niggas will get stagnated into a role. Most niggas, when his niche, let's say for a hypothetical situation, your niche was finding obscure shit, creating the gifts like you did, and hitting us with it, and that popped. But then it became easy for anybody to do it.
Yeah.
So that should have made you obsolete.
Yeah.
Not only do you still come out with gifts that we're like, how many times have I asked you, nigga, where the fuck did you get that?
Oh, I just made this real quick. But
send me that, right? That happens regularly. But he's not so much adding content to the culture because he is that, but to say that that's all he's doing is to minimize how he's adding content to the culture that forces the culture to move forward. He curates. So what Royce just told y'all might have went, oh, it might have not have seen that big a deal about, you know, adding this to create a vibe. That seems very rudimentary. That's why you created the playlist. You created a playlist to lift. You created a playlist to run. You created a playlist to drop the pennies. A lot of y'all niggas call it penny drop. That's what's in my iPod right now. It says penny drop.
But see,
but he curates in a fucking experience. One could even say you're controlling someone's experience. You see what I did there?
I think, okay.
Hey, let the bar hit. Let it hit.
Gunshot. Okay, but so
talk to these niggas.
Basically, everybody can make a playlist or whatever. It's not something that's difficult.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of staying focused.
You made it a highlight.
And like you don't have to like sit down like, all right, 30 minutes. 30 minutes I'm just gonna just organize my music because that gets tedious. You need a playlist is a living thing.
Am I drunk?
I'm drunk.
No, but am I peak lighting right now? Am I ready?
No, you're not.
Oh, swag. Because I drank a shit ton of water for you.
No. Okay, but yeah, so like, just listen to your regular shit and then separate what vibes each song feels like. And he's like, would this be
you're driving her ears. Or whoever's ears.
Right. So like, work is already done for you because you already have classics out there.
Have you always had earrings?
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing right now, but I'm not like, you always had those?
Oh yeah, man. I'll send you the link.
Put it in.
But yeah.
So, no, I'm not about to because I'm too light skinned. You already know how it's going.
No, like yeah, I got my eyes pierced.
You had those in North Dakota?
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I got my ears pierced.
Did they get dumb cold? Like the metal?
No, you don't feel them.
Okay, no, I believe you, but
these are faux gauges.
So those are gauges.
No, these are faux gauges. They're not.
Oh, FAUX.
So they're not real gauges. I'm not white, but like they are like they screw in like regular earrings or whatever.
But you're not trying to get the danglies, which because that's crazy. But what I'm saying to you is like,
they're constant because
they're plastic.
Yeah, like I don't want to do fake jewelry, but you don't
want to get turned green.
You want to draw the eye different directions.
But the point is that they're not spreading your shit open.
No.
And they're plastic, so it's not.
I'm gonna take these out later, and I'll show you. Like they're regular earrings. They're regular earrings.
I'm scared. It's too much like getting stabbed.
Like this.
You know my stab story, so.
Well, no. Like I got mine when I was like, I don't know, was it like when I finally got some bread in high school. And you know what I'm saying, I got fresh on these hoes.
You can tell everybody.
You know. You can tell everybody. I'm the man. But yeah, so yeah, this is back Platinum Fubu days, early 2000s, like 2003, 4, you know what I'm saying? Platinum Fubu, where you were able to get some really good counterfeit pieces, at the swap meet, you know what I'm saying?
Cicero.
Or Proud Black, Remember that? Yeah. You remember when we used to flame these niggas?
No.
That shit. Is that an F or a P, my nigga?
Boy, you looking like a motherfucking
But yeah, alright, but
That's what's up, man. Like, I only fuck with the real, okay? And the real don't necessarily mean niggas in these streets. Because I'm not a thug. I shoot better than the average thug.
This man's drunk. But he's not lying, but he's drunk.
Okay. I just need you to call it. I was like, don't,
he's not lying,
don't
but he's drunk.
I fuck with the real because I know this nigga will tell me about myself after we handle what we need to fucking handle. And if telling me about myself keeps us from having to handle it, he knows I'm gonna fucking listen to him. I'm willing to be angry about this nigga the next day because I trust him versus insisting upon something right now. That's the type of nigga you need in your squad. The flip side is I know that because Royce is a lot calmer than me, that if I ever got that call for Royce, I got the shoulder fire rockets. Oh, like, I'm doom guy. You feel me? Like you need foils. We're foils. Like we're fucking foils. You know. Like light skin, dark skin.
I keep it emergency.
I pointed to you like light skin, dark skin.
I keep it emergency fund for fucking with Alan. That's basically.
And that means every fucking thing to me. You hear me?
But
because most niggas can be like, damn, that's crazy. I don't doubt for a second that my nigga Royce would at least be a fucking character. It's from me like
I'll be a character with this. But I'm not gonna be an accomplice.
No, but at the same time, I would never ask you.
Yeah.
Like, not honestly, I would never ask you. Yeah. If I called you, it's because Royce, I have no fucking.
We don't have to talk about it. I understand what you.
And if you even told me no, I'd be like, I get it, because you probably see some shit I don't, but I'm still gonna go do this.
I understand, but like, I just want to, we don't have to get in detail because that would be
incriminating. And get into what we even came together for. Like, how many times have I hit you with the random like, if I go down this path, don't let them call me crazy.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna talk about what the path is.
Yeah.
But how many times have I hit you like, if it comes to this, don't let them. I'm willing to do what needs to be done. And I'm ready for all the consequences to come. I just ask my niggas who are still here, don't let them call me crazy. Because the first word they put is manifesto, and you know what the context of that shit is. Right. Do not let these niggas.
I understand that there's a reason. There's a method behind the madness.
It is madness.
If you just look at the collateral damage, then okay, all right. But if you look at the full picture, there was reasons for what happened, and that's basically what I'm going to say once they stop him.
And that means more to me. Like, most niggas go, "Are y'all niggas ready to ride?" I'm like, tell my story, because they won't let me do it, or I won't be able to do it. Just tell me my fucking story. Tell my fucking. I trust this nigga right here. Yeah. If I get struck down tomorrow, I'm gonna put that on you. If I get struck, you got to take over the pod. I'm gonna will this shit to you.
Oh my God.
I'm willing. No, that's it.
Oh God.
I ain't willing this shit to you, and I'm putting this shit in the notary.
Great work.
That's $600+ worth of shit. You got everything you need. Just do it.
I pretty much do have everything I need, but
But beyond that, the responsibility, like, heavy as the head, right?
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. No, we talked about it. I'm willing this nigga to pod if something happens to me, but at the same time, I'm not about to make something happen to me because I like being nice here. Yes. So at the same time, it's like, you got to keep people in your circle, in your family that you fucking trust. And I trust this nigga implicitly. I'm probably out of bounds right now, but I had the privilege of being.
We've reached the stage of drunkenness where we like, man, I fucking love you, dog.
He's just gonna have to hit me,
bruh. If you my nigga,
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of 4. There's 2 boys. There's 2 girls. So there's me, my sister, my brother, my baby sister. So I know what it is to be the oldest. I know what it is to have a brother. I know what it is to have a sister. And I was around this man. When I tell you this man is deep, I don't say to Gif Gawd just to like, no homo. I'm when I tell you who this dude is, I expect there's a level of Royce about to do some shit that I don't know what the fuck happened. Royce went through some shit that there's no answer for.
I think that it's just that we're like we have a wavelength that we are like just like in sync on, and like I fuck with you, you fuck with me. We on some shit where like I respect your integrity.
Royce is never without a gift, and I'm never without a word. And when this happened, we were both silent.
And so, like, when our conversation don't need to be that deep because it don't need to be that deep.
I felt that I was failing him because I didn't have something to say. Like, I have something to say to everybody else who goes through, I don't even want to say similar, but analogous situations.
Yeah.
I had nothing for my mans.
So, like...
But on the flip side...
It's more of a, like, hey, you... Oh, okay, yeah. So we... All right.
How do you do that shit? Do it again.
So you? Okay. All right, so we? I bet. And that's all that needs to be said. Because you know, there's nonverbal communication. That's the wavelength established allows nonverbal.
And because it's not my business to put out there, that's the only reason y'all don't know. But I hope that if that camera's still rolling, because there's no way for me to check, but if that camera's still rolling, I hope y'all niggas on YouTube can see, is that fucking serious? Okay?
Yeah.
There's nothing that I could have said that would have even begun to address or help. But that's not an excuse for not having something to fucking say. And I had nothing. And I always have something to say. But at the same time, this nigga didn't have anything to give. But it was somehow enough. That's where we're at. Okay? And I pray that y'all niggas have a squad like that. Like, honestly, because that's what it is to be us.
Because for real,
when niggas be like, I'm just trying to be like you. You know, the black man compliment contest. Oh, check you out. I'm trying to be like you anytime. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be. That's why we're us.
I think that a lot of people don't have like that support structure, and especially men. And
I feel for y'all. And it's not pity. It's not me talking crazy to y'all. It's just like you need it.
Yeah, like you like people need to be able to talk, you know, like to vent shit, to work through something, not just to like maybe you don't need help, but you just need a springboard to bounce shit off.
And there's something you're just not gonna work through.
Yeah.
But you need to know that people were there during, before, and after.
Yeah.
Shit ain't gonna change because you need that continuity is what's gonna get you through.
Because when things shake,
the rest of your world is a variable.
Shake your world.
You
need a constant, and that's basically what this is.
And I'm glad I could be there for my nigga. Like I didn't do anything, and there's not a day that goes by. Because I imagine, without me getting into the shit, I imagine there are questions that have not been answered. And I imagine that if certain answers arose, they might trigger certain other questions and other responses. Questions that this nigga right here knows he already has the answer to if he ever asked the question.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's the limit of what I can do.
Yeah.
But the question hasn't been asked, so I haven't done anything. And that's not on him. It's just like there's a constant void that feels that I need to do something, but there's a constant void that knows I can't do anything. But I feel like that's enough because this nigga knows he's got but to ask. And on the flip side of that is there's not a time that I know that I'm not going to do it because this nigga has shit going for him. I value his life. I value the things in his life. But I know that there is a checklist of things that I have but to say a word and this nigga's going to put his hand in his head or his head in his hand. He's going to shake his head and be like, when and where, nigga? Like, you know what I mean?
like I'm a show up, but
Can we not?
I will complain the whole time.
and if there's ever a time where we can't, he knows that I'm gonna be like
I fuck with niggas where I can allow myself to be like, okay, this person is asking me this because they need this thing. And it's not some bullshit. like they came to me because this is a moment.
Because I value this nigga's whole experience. I value this nigga's existence.
So like if
he's more valuable than me.
We don't need to discuss why we're here. I mean, I'm gonna nag you and like what the fuck was that?
The who, what, when, where, but never the why.
But okay, all right, bet. Fuck, all right. Where I need to be, type situation, and because of systematic racism, we're like there's been lots of stand-up dudes been taken off the streets or whatever and incarcerated or killed, and like you really don't really quantify what the damage that stuff has done to like just black men in general, like because black women are out here shining
bleeding
because they are what
Stacey Abrams
is capable.
The founders of Black Lives Matter.
What this melanin is capable of, if you have that support structure or you have that drive or whatnot. But like a lot of our brothers are not equipped with that support structure, so they dealing with shit and they dealing with shit bad.
And the problem is, not only are you not equipped, that's fine. Because the best we can do is be your equipment.
Yeah.
But a lot of you niggas, in the absence of being equipped, you've developed coping mechanisms that are toxic as fuck. So on the one hand, we understand why, but on the other hand, I don't tolerate this shit. Because like I don't know if you saw my post, Georgia hadn't even been declared officially for, and niggas couldn't wait to come on the internet to talk shit about Stacey Abrams. Oh. She's giving too much credit. I'm like, first of all, shut the fuck up is free. So even if you truly believe that, even if you did, and there was another what did you gain other than talking shit about a black woman? Never mind the fact that it's not true, because Florida and Georgia were the same thing.
Yeah.
Andrew Gillum and Stacey Abrams ran basically the same race. They were both robbed the same way. Yeah. Georgia had a tighter margin, but Florida was practically a mirror. The difference between Florida and Georgia, Georgia was a battle state, Florida wasn't. And because Andrew Gillum was absent from the political scene for the last 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Stacey came and fought for a race that she wasn't in.
Stacey Abrams ran for governor in 2018 of Georgia. And during the time she was running against the state secretary of Georgia,
the current
Brian Kemp. He was for some reason he was allowed to be the Secretary of State
who controls election procedures,
run for the governorship.
So as Secretary of State, he set legislation, he set rules for how elections were conducted and how votes were tallied and everything for an election that he was in. He controlled the vote. And he still barely won.
How was he allowed?
Conflict of interest?
Like bare minimum.
And he still barely squeaked by and won. So if you think that type of motherfucker who won the governorship, that Stacey Abrams, who barely lost after getting robbed, like how you cheat and barely win?
That shit's so fucking crazy.
She kept fighting. And Georgia is only a battleground. Let's say Georgia stayed red. Yeah. Let's say Georgia stayed red, but it was still close only because Stacey Abrams. Versus Florida, where Andrew Gillum went through the same shit. Yeah. Where his vote was gerrymandered and sabotaged. He barely lost the Florida governorship, but because of his issues, he was absent from the political scene for the last 2 to 3 years. Florida wasn't even a question. Yeah. Florida was red on day one. That we knew Florida was lost day one. Yes. So for you to say that Stacey Abrams' effect on this, and keep in mind, I am a fan of Stacey. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Stacey's politics. Stacey's too safe for me. Stacey's too much of a moderate. Stacey's too much of an establishment Democrat. But I say that in critique of her politics.
Yeah.
That is a black woman, that is a black queen, that is a black warrior, that is a black woman who did the fucking work. And you bitches listening to this, you motherfuckers lit on my fucking Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, will not besmirch the name, the efforts, the blood, the sweat, the tears. This Stacey Abrams.
Imagine that. Okay, so you had
Fuck y'all. That's a real life Florida Evans. Fuck y'all.
Election stolen from you, and instead of like she had opportunities, like
she could have done anything else.
They were like casing her to be the vice president. She could have been. She could have.
She probably should have been.
Honestly,
honest to God,
I would have felt better about her than Kamala.
Because they have the same politics, but they don't have the same record.
Yeah,
Stacey ain't locked no niggas up. They ain't need to be locked up.
Yeah,
Stacey didn't argue against setting innocent nigga free.
I'm not hotep on this shit, but like the
record is the record.
But now that we've won, and
now that we found love.
Okay, now that we've
when I say we, them niggas, because you already know where I'm at with this.
Okay.
But
now that the Democrats have won and we've established that we've got Biden in, we can take our breath of relief, and now we can turn on Biden.
And say that again. You voted for, if you're comfortable,
Biden.
And you yelled at me to vote for
Biden
because we needed to get Orange out.
We need to get Trump out.
And I told you what? That motherfuckers won't hold him accountable, right?
Won't hold him accountable.
But you got your wish.
I agree with you because
in principle, because I already know how you.
I agree with what you're saying, and honestly, thinking back about it, I know you voted for Trump, and I communicated.
Hey, first of all.
Yes.
2 times.
Oh, you again?
I had to, because if I didn't, that means that I admit that my first half I wasn't. And what I also need y'all to do, I was physically fucking ill.
Yeah.
The first time I voted for this nigga, I didn't eat for 3 days. I couldn't eat for fucking 3 days. Because last time, I brought Morgan to I don't know who Morgan voted for.
Yeah.
But we drove together. I don't know how I got us home. And when I say that the voting location we were at was less than a mile away, but I saw so many colors. I had that one of those migraines where you see like waves of the colors. No.
Like in the movies when they like a flash grenade goes off.
Yes.
And it's like.
I don't know how I drove us home, and you know how I feel about my car.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got us home, but I was physically ill.
But no, hear this. Okay, so I think I told you then that these niggas are not going to learn the lesson that you want them to learn. And they didn't.
They didn't.
But you was right.
Hold on.
You was right.
One more time.
You was right. Trump created a perfect storm that engaged the Democrats to a level where they were, instead of the norm, able to put aside their personal politics and band together and turn my home state, Georgia, blue. Georgia hasn't gone blue for anybody except for Jimmy Carter. And Jimmy Carter, that's because Jimmy Carter was from Georgia. They only voted for Jimmy Carter because he was the hometown. He was the home team. If he wasn't,
and to be fair, he was an ineffective president, but he's a dope human being.
Yes.
Like to this day, this nigga's like 100-something years old, and he's still doing work.
He is older than dirt, and he is out here.
And he had like 2 heart attacks, and he still
he
had strokes and shit, and he's doing this shit from the fucking hospital. Yes. Shout out Jimmy Carter, but
shout out to him. But yeah, so they have gone blue since Jimmy Carter. And no,
I'm not offering. I'm
out here.
And I'm scared. How does it?
You done ran through the half of this shit.
I'm not who I used to be. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember?
All right. So Jimmy Carter won Georgia.
I'll be back. I gotta keep spitting.
Oh.
Keep spitting.
Yeah. Okay. Jimmy Carter won Georgia, but that was back. That was only because he was from here. Georgia turned blue because everybody realized this was a situation where we had to put what our personal feelings about Biden was, what his record was, and make the best choice for America. I understand that, I know about the crime bill. I know about, all the, the incarceration that has happened with black people since that has been enacted, and how that was abused. But I also know that the Black Caucus had voted for that as well, and people, they just didn't have the vision to see how it could be enacted in a judicial system that was as racist as it was. They didn't think the steps ahead about that shit, and a lot of black people suffered for that. But all that to say is that all of the Democrats and some Republicans and some independents put aside all that and voted for what was going to
68 fucking million.
What was going to save the country, and how Republicans love to wave these flags and hype this shit up, and they be for the troops and all of their stuff like that.
And this nigga disrespected the troops, and
not
in the abstract.
Troops.
John fucking McCain.
John McCain.
Let me tell y'all something, okay?
During the election of 2016.
Tag me in real quick. Give me like 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Tag. Ready? Tag. John McCain was, for the most part, he's one of them racists who doesn't understand his bias, but he was a fucking warrior. And as a former veteran, that identifies with me. John McCain was a prisoner in the Hanoi Hilton, which is the most notorious torture house in North Vietnam. Okay, this is why I don't fuck with a lot of you current Black Lives Matter who celebrate Jane Fonda, and I recognize this is 100% hearsay, but because I was active duty and the way I heard it, I didn't hear this at a bar, I didn't hear this from like a rumor. This was a sponsored briefing when I was in active duty. My first 2 weeks active, I heard from a former prisoner who was serving at the same time as John McCain, and John McCain corroborated the story that Jane Fonda gave up names, like she was slipped a piece of paper that had the names of undisclosed troops at the Hanoi Hilton that was slipped to Jane Fonda so that she can get back to the U.S. troops. The reason why that is so significant is because if they have a record of the troops that are stuck at the Hanoi Hilton, that the Hanoi Hilton at the end of the war had to produce them. But if they were off the books, they could torture them, beat them, kill them, whatever, and there was no record. Jane Fonda instead chose to turn over that list to the officiators at Hanoi Hill, and resulted in at least the death of one, most likely two airmen who worked to get her that list. So that's why me as a fucking veteran, and again, I understand I'm a black man, I serve this nation who doesn't fucking love me, I get that, but at my core, at the end of the day, I have to say fuck Jane Fonda. But at the same time, I understand that it's hearsay. I feel like I heard it from a credible source who's also backed up by a man I consider honorable. Even if he's the enemy, even if John McCain has legislated against black people, that's fine. He's an honorable enemy. That's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because he believed in America.
Right.
But he was partisan. It's like we're not going.
I'm not apologizing for John McCain. John McCain sent my people back, but he was consistent.
Yeah.
And he was a fucking warrior, much like I was. I would have been in the same fucking position, and he would have been my brother in arms.
While I disagree with his politics, he believed that was what was good for America.
And I can deal with an honorable enemy. Okay, I understand, and I don't expect the average civilian to understand it because you didn't sign your name in a time of war to defend this country who does not fucking love you, who disrespected your ancestors. You know what I mean? Like, I went to Tuskegee University. I've met actual survivors and the family members who survived the Tuskegee syphilis thing. I have met Colonel Archer, God rest his soul. No, Colonel Archer's still alive, but so many other Tuskegee Airmen. I was the next coming of the Tuskegee Airmen. That's why when I tell y'all about my military history, y'all gonna understand the pain that is in my heart about this shit, because I am a Tuskegee Airman, and that's a name that I took very seriously. You know what I mean? And it was stolen from me. But that's another pot. The point is, I get who John McCain was, and for this coward, this motherfucker who could, Mr. Bonespurs, who took deferment after deferment after, he couldn't even get, he was so rich that he could have just accepted his draft and got an admin slot somewhere and never been for it, but he couldn't be fucking bothered. He dared to stand on the ground where heroes laid. And I'm sure many of those heroes were racist cunts.
Yeah. But
they nutted up and they stood for what they believed in. All right, they defended their country. Who hated us? I don't dismiss that at all. But they told the fucking line. They bled. They died. And this coward went on that ground. And there was one thing to be an editorial to be like, what did they do? This would almost make Donald human to say, why did they do it? Because this country doesn't love them. They're not rich. Why did they die? I don't understand it. That would have been. But no, he called them clowns. Suckers, because he doesn't understand anything but self-preservation. Fuck him. And I still voted for him. That's why I need y'all to understand it. It hurt me, it killed me, it twisted everything inside of me, because I long for the day that I can vote for somebody that I believe in. But it is my belief that black people do not have the luxury to vote for the person who makes them feel good. We don't have the luxury to vote for the person who appeals to us. It's 400 fucking years, bro, and we're still having the same election that our grandparents, who we wear this shirt. You know, a lot of you get mad about the shirt that the young kids, and I wear it too. It says we are not our ancestors. That is so much disrespectful to our ancestors, and it is to certain people. They're saying, "Oh, our ancestors were pussy. We're not that." I wear that shirt because I recognize my ancestors had a patience that I do not have. I fucking have. I refuse to have this same conversation that we're having about Democrats, about Republicans, about post-racial America with my fucking grandkids. I refuse to do it. And if that means I have to do something crazy, if that means because I would rather this country burn, and my people who have been proven resilient for 400 years. A lot of us won't make it. That's not lost on me. But the ones that do will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Than to be 80 years old, trying to explain to my kids, my grandkids, why they're still having the same fucking conversation that we're having now. I won't do it. I won't fucking do it. And if that makes me a fool to y'all because I voted for this guy, that's fine. I'm like I told you, I will run the fade at any of you motherfuckers, and that's not aggression. That's like, if you feel like I'm the enemy, come beat my ass. Plot twist, you won't. But on the off chance that you do, I'm gonna still get up talking my shit because I believed it. I don't sell our people out. I am not Candace Owens. I am not a Trump supporter. I hate that man with every fiber of my fucking being. I'm a veteran. I'm a black man in America. I'm a fucking Latino. I'm a human. I'm somebody who signed his name to a piece of paper saying I will defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, in a time of war, not just to pay for my fucking college, because I had above a 4.0 coming out of high school. I had scholarships. I could have done anything that I fucking wanted to, but I told the line to love a country that didn't love me. So if you think voting for Trump makes me a Trump supporter, I understand the binary that you think of. That's not it, but I'm not really here to argue it. But understand, if anybody hates that motherfucker, it's fucking me. But not as much as I hate the prospect of being 80 years old having the same fucking conversation. I don't have kids yet, and I almost feel irresponsible bringing a child into this fucking world because I know I have no answers for him. I know when I'm 80 years old and they ask me, well, what are we gonna do? We just gotta keep trying on. We gotta keep praying. We gotta keep on.
Keep on keeping on.
No, I have a niece, man, and that's not my kid, dude. That's my sister's. I love that little girl like she was my own. And one day she's gonna ask me, like, what is she supposed to do? She's gonna inherit the politics of her mother, just like her mother inherited the politics of our parents. And she's gonna vote Democrat proudly. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily inherently bad. But at what point is she gonna figure out that this ain't it? And when she figures out this ain't it, is she gonna say, well, this is all we can do, or is she gonna pull a me? I'll be selfish, but honest if I don't tell you that I hope she doesn't figure that shit out at 18, that her uncle had the right idea. But if she doesn't, I'm gonna love her anyway. I'm not gonna judge her, just like I love you niggas. When I call y'all niggas sheep, I say it as a shepherd, and that sounds real egotistical, because I want to be a wolf, but y'all niggas won't let me. No, you do it.
Ooh, that was a bar. This one right here.
I call you.
That's the best.
The 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let's do that. One more time. Okay.
I call you niggas sheep, but not to be condescending. Because I'm a fucking shepherd. I'm a sheepdog. I want y'all niggas to make it. Like, if somehow this was an end game where I could make it and y'all didn't, that would mean nothing to me.
Because it's nihilism. And nihilism is a pervasive, like, virus.
But I understand you motherfuckers are school animals, and there's only so many goats amongst us. And when I say goats, I don't mean greatest of all time. I mean, like, if a shepherd drove a sheep over a cliff, the sheep would run over the cliff. If a shepherd drove his flock and there was goats, the goats would be like, the fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? Because goats are inherently smarter than sheep. I don't think I'm above you. I don't think I'm better than you. What I'm saying is that I see things differently than you. But
it's easy to give up control of your life.
Right. But if that was enough for me, I would just let you niggas run. I love you motherfuckers.
Just go with the flow.
And I don't want that for y'all. And if I gotta be the bad guy, I will. But it's like, I want to be a wolf. I want to go bite the niggas who are fucking with us. But I find myself arguing with you niggas too much. What is a dog? A dog ain't nothing but a tame wolf. So I understand it if we done got off the beat path.
I think it's education. I think it's education, man.
But understand that when I voted for Trump, I was physically ill. Because I long for the days. I remember voting for somebody that I believed in. Whether or not I should have believed him or not. For the longest time, I held this on Al Gore's head because he didn't fight harder because he got robbed. Let's get that shit.
He won that in 2000, but
yes. He didn't fight.
Yeah.
I got mad at Kerry because he even put up even a weaker fight.
Yeah.
But then that was a blessing because I realized that he put up a weaker fight because he realized he didn't have to because at the end of the day, he's a white man in America.
But let me explain. I just told you that you were right because Trump, I don't want to say Trump won, and it was what we as black people needed because we needed to focus the rest of America.
We bought into that post-racial America bullshit.
They really
was we knew it wasn't post-racial, but we thought it was a lot better than it was. 68 million motherfuckers called you a nigger on November 3rd.
Yeah. It created the perfect storm. Like Rick Ross said, like, you gotta destroy to innovate. Like you gotta you gotta destroy what was established in order to renovate this new house that we're in. I think that because Trump was such a piece of shit.
An obvious piece of shit. It's low-hanging fruit.
That he was able to just steamroll over all the norms and laws and expectations of a president to create to focus our so-called liberal friends, like white people.
But they not liberal.
White people, basically.
They're just less racist.
And to really focus in, it's like, hey, white supremacy is out here.
Chill.
Out here. So what you're benefiting from, what what you just take for granted is not without suffering. Like it's inflicting suffering on others.
But too many black people are just like, we shall overcome.
Someday. So I disagreed vehemently with when you were saying that you were going to vote for Trump, but I said then, and I still say now, that they are not equipped.
And I agree with you.
To learn the lesson that you're trying to teach
and
them.
Feel me, I agree with you.
And 40,000 people have died because of it. Like if you told me,
my uncle has gotten COVID. He's got this shit right now.
Oh shit.
My God, but he's got the Bell's palsy where it looks like he had a stroke. My godbrothers, who I grew up with, like, cause I'm the oldest. And then my sister's 2 years younger than me. But I have two godbrothers from my godmother who are older than me. Mm-hmm. So those niggas are my guys, you feel me?
Yeah.
Both of them caught it.
Damn.
This shit has hit me hard.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they're alive.
Caught it.
There's a friend of ours who is a CK. Her mother just died a week ago. We can talk about that after.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't want to put it.
Yeah.
I love you.
Wow.
I can't put into words how that hurt me to know that you're going through that. So it's not lost on them.
Yeah.
When people call me a Trump supporter, those are fucking fighting words.
Yeah.
I stand by. I've never hid. I never beat around the fucking bush.
Yeah.
That I did it.
Yeah.
Because that's what a coward does. But because of you people who think in the binary, that if I vote, I envy you because you vote for people you support. I'm trying to convince you motherfuckers, us, that we don't have the luxury of voting for people who make us feel good. Black people love a shout out, man. Like from the election, from the radio, Hot 99, what was the shit here? DJ Drama and them. Is that Atlanta stuff?
You're talking about 107.
Gangsta, Chris Hills, whatever it is.
Yeah, okay.
Shit, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Anyway, the point is, the radio. You know what I mean? Like when black people love a shout out, even if it didn't mean nothing, they love to be recognized.
I agree with that.
And we're doing that with our vote.
Yeah.
I need us to wield our vote as the weapon.
Okay.
I need us to wield the vote as the weapon it was meant to be. So many of you go behind our ancestors bled and died for us to vote, and I agree with you. But they didn't die for us to prostitute our vote. They didn't die for us to pick a pimp, and then when we get tired of a pimp, go to the other pimp. Because, what's that Black Dynamite? I'll send you back to Pretty Tony when you used to burn you with them hangers and shit. You like that bitch? You know what I mean? No, we need to go back and forth, and we need to wield our vote as mercenaries until we get ours, just like every other race does. Say what you want about the fucking Cubans, they're the worst, but they know who they are.
Yeah, okay. So
because the second that the Democrats butter their biscuits more than the Republicans, guess what the fuck they're gonna do? Yeah. And if you don't think that that's at the top of the Democrats' agenda to do is to steal the Latino, because guess what? We've been holding steady at 13% of the population for 400 fucking years. The Latino population, which granted they have a head start and they have an advantage because Latino just basically means assorted Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
You know, but black people are the descendants, the Eidos.
Dozens of countries and
right.
nationalities.
But as far as they're concerned, they're assorted Mexicans.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they look at voter demographics.
Yeah.
That Okay,
They put y'all in
they
the
had the Republicans got a significant Latino vote. Never mind, we make the distinction of that those are Cubans because we don't want to be embarrassed by them.
Yeah.
But the Democrats are going to say, "Oh, we're losing Latinos. Let's appeal to." I promise you that no matter if we get the Senate or not, when I say we, I mean black people. I don't mean Democrats. But regardless of if the Democrats are able to secure the Senate or not, let's say best case scenario, Biden and Harris are elected, the challenge to Trump fails, and they flip the runoff, and they get the Senate and the House. The House that lost 12 seats, that should say something to y'all niggas. They still have the majority, but they lost 12 fucking seats, okay? So now Biden has an unfettered rule on Congress. I promise you, I fucking promise you that the first new legislation is going to be for the Latino market. Because they want them back. Because the Latino market, for better or for worse, has proven that they are willing to go to whoever feeds them. Black people refuse to do it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you niggas. I don't love this nigga, man. I signed up out of high school. The only reason I went to college is because they threw a scholarship at me. I was ready to come out of high school, be an Apache pilot, and put warheads on fucking foreheads, maybe get shot down by some dude, by some brown man who never called me a nigga.
Yeah.
But I was willing to do that for us.
Yeah.
What I thought was us.
Yeah.
So if you think I have any love for Agent Orange, I live in Greenbelt, Maryland. I will meet you any fucking where. I will not pull a fucking weapon on you. And if you beat my ass, please live stream it. Because the people need to see it. But plot twist, you're not gonna beat my ass. And I say this fucking sincerely.
I'm laughing because I know he means it, but it's like it's like.
But I gotta get there because
okay.
Because niggas talk, niggas
no,
screw
I
their
understand.
face up at me, but on for some for real shit.
Niggas be talking.
They don't want beef.
I get it, yes, but like.
And I keep the guns, but I'm not threatening you niggas with mortal violence. I'm gonna respond with what you give me, okay? If you just want to come beat my ass, I please invite you because what you're telling me is that because. And be clear, the only reason I didn't vote third party is because you motherfuckers told me that voting for third party was voting for Trump.
Yeah.
So I voted for Trump so that in these years I wouldn't have the argument, oh, you know, the hipsters, I did this because, you know what I mean? No. Yeah. I'm going to be part of the problem that you said I was. Fix it then.
But, okay. What I was saying, I like this. These past 3.5 years and 10 months, like,
can we agree?
It's consumed me.
And black people, whenever white people have a cold, black people catch a fever.
Yes.
What I'm saying to you is though, can we both agree that nothing will change in this country until white people are uncomfortable?
Yes.
It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
You can work out. If you ain't sweating, what did you do?
Yeah.
If you're not sore, what did you do?
There's literally no game.
So
if you have
white people have proven for 400 years that black people's suffering is not a metric. Yeah. The stock market is a metric. The white growth is a metric. So until we make white people uncomfortable, we have no chance of anything changing. The benefit of Trump, and this is the only reason I voted for him, and I live in Greenbelt, Maryland. There's a park around the corner from my house where there are no cops. I will sign an NDA. I don't press the charges. Come fuck me up. I dare you.
Okay.
But when I say that is that, and I'm not threatening y'all. I'm just saying it to be sincere.
Yeah.
Nothing will change in this country until white people are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that was the only benefit of Trump, and that's the only reason I voted for him again, because I don't have faith in us, who I love, who I told you how the
But I was when you said that in 2015 or 16, I was like, you gotta understand what he could be capable of having a decision over though.
I was a nuclear officer.
No, I understand that you knew, but it's like it was.
Granted, he surprised me. I'm not gonna act like he did.
You put what your vision was over what was expected. You know, like
he surprised me, so I accept that. Go ahead.
But so I was.
There have been plenty of times where you hit me like, "Did you see this?" I'm like, honestly, nigga, no.
It's just that like
I
knew that
not the Supreme Court. I'm talking about the
that,
200 judges.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't factor that, but it was necessary.
But no, I still, all that to say, I still think that you were right because it needed to be a perfect storm for it to get us. We were like, Black people have been the mule for civil rights for all races across the world.
All these niggas piggyback on us.
For generations.
The fucking Asians, the Latinos, and I'm half Latino.
Yeah.
My mother is from El Salvador. She came here when she was 10.
Every like civil
the
rights
gays
that
and
you enjoy.
Let me touch on the gays real quick. Pause. Shout out to Joel. you already know, right? You know,
okay.
Right? Here's the thing: black people are gay. Black people are trans. Black people are non-binary. Yeah. But they're still black, and we are giving the enemy troops by not supporting black people. Too many black people have to choose between being black and being gay. And the gay side is seductive because you can be gay in Asian, you can be gay in Latino, you can be gay in white. Gays are going to get their rights before us. It's just what's going to happen because we relate the blueprint, so they don't have to think about it. And everybody can be gay, so it's an easy win.
They have the access to power because there's gay.
Once they get it, much like the feminist movement, and this is why so many women call me a misogynist. I love women, and not just because of that thing, you know.
The thing.
Whew. I love women. I love their minds, I love their hearts, I love their eyes, I love their hair. I love women. Gays, white people can be gays. And once gays get their rights, if you don't think the white, male, racist, rich, elitist gays are going to seize the gay movement just like the Karens took the feminist movement in America and turned it into what it is. So black feminists have themselves convinced that black feminists is a thing. I'm not going to get into it on this podcast, but I told y'all that's a figment of your fucking imagination. That's not to say that black women who advocate for the rights of women, especially women of color, aren't valid. I'm saying the construct of black feminism is a figment of your fucking imaginations because the feminist movement in America has become an extension of white supremacy. I am for womanism. Woo! I will kill for y'all. Even if I don't like you, even if you've disrespected my mother, if you not all that cute, I will lay down my life for you today. So fuck y'all calling me a misogynist because I don't tell you what you want to hear.
If they identify as a feminist and not a womanist, I respect them less.
Yes, but I still respect you.
Yeah.
But my point is that once the gays have their rights, the white gays are going to do the same shit to them that the feminists did to our sisters when the members of Delta Sigma Theta are the reason that feminism is a thing. Shout out to the Reds. So, I say that to black people is that we need to galvanize our troops. There are proud gay blacks, bi blacks, trans blacks, all the other fucking letters that I'm not about to go through that want to stop questioning if they're black or if they're alternate first. And they can't do it until we start standing for black trans lives. They can't do it till we start standing for black gay lives. They can't do it till we start standing for black fucking lives. You motherfuckers think they're breaking up our families when you motherfuckers are knocking up multiple bitches and multiple women.
Talk about it.
And not staying home.
Mm.
I don't understand you niggas. My father was 18 when I was conceived. My father was 19 when my sister was conceived. Pull out game weak. My father was a freshman at Morgan State University. Shout out to the Bears. My father took the long extended plan to graduate. My father fucking graduated. My father's still married to my fucking mother. My father did what so many. He's not a rarity because black men do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the narrative, right?
It's not the narrative, but we do that.
Yeah.
So I have faith in us. There is room for all of us.
There's a lot
for
of good
you
brothers out
hotep
here.
niggas who want to point to the so-called emasculation of the black man. They can't emasculate what they don't control. Our manhood is ours.
I'm just here to
do it. I don't define my manhood by being able to subjugate a woman.
Mm.
I don't define my manhood by being able to beat up a gay, a bi, a trans. And my prisoners, the gays, and the DMV are built different. Them niggas will cut the fuck out of you. Play with it if you want to. Okay.
Shout out to Alan's online, offline followers.
Fuck you, nigga. You know you started that shit.
No, I did not.
No, you.
No, I did not.
Oh, no, you're right. Stankin started it, but you kept it going because he was afraid of me.
I perpetuate, but I did not start that.
Listen to me.
I did not start that.
Listen to me. The gays and the DMV are different. They are practically a gang. They cannot know each other from a can of paint. But they see one of you call one of them a faggot. They can see one of you call them whatever slur it is. They will cut the fuck out of you with a dirty razor. Play with it if you want to. Okay?
Oh man, I've seen plenty of
and all of this shit. And Atlanta next up. So
they be in shape.
So and then because you're not allowed to be fat and ugly and gay. But you're not gonna get no cheeks. Which is crazy.
I watched this nigga get worked by dude.
And there's no coming back for that. Why do you think my hand look, as a young light skinned nigga, niggas just I get tried by niggas all the time. I be showing you my Tinder and all that. Niggas be trying me.
Yeah. My
hands are nice, but you can only fight so many windmills. Now imagine the windmills with razor blades. Play with it if you want to. You know what I mean? Like, but all of that to say, black people, we cannot afford to keep alienating our warriors. They are men, regardless of if they love men. Okay? They are women, regardless if they love women. They are ours. And we cannot afford this infighting against the actual fucking enemy. And if at the base level, that's the only reason you start accepting, I'll take it. But honestly, our people are too lit, man, to be pushing people away, dude. Like as much as shout out to Joel again. I get into it with Joel all the fucking time. Yeah. But I hope Joel knows, and I'm gonna tag this nigga with I hope Joel knows I'll fucking kill for him. I ain't even met Joel.
Yeah.
But Joel got one time to tell me that some nigga tried him over some
real shit. That nigga got hard.
Joel got hard because Joel stands in the gap. Joel fucks white men in the ass. Pause. We done went to a dark path. But the point is, Joel lives his shit. Joel don't forget who he is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know my sisters. I have a white brother-in-law. And the second that I think that he is not a defender of my sister, a defender of my niece, who any of you who are on my Facebook or my Instagram know, Alan loves the fuck out of his niece. Then I'll deal with that. But we as a people, we're already so fractured. We don't know where we came from. Yeah. We don't know who we are behind the Middle Passage. We don't know who's for us. They try to tell us that black on black crime is a thing. Some of y'all niggas believe it. We cannot afford to keep fracturing ourselves. I don't know how else to say it, man. Like, y'all, I'm in this fucking sincere ass tone. That's not what I did this podcast for. Fucking cry to you niggas. We can't keep fucking doing this. We can't. Am I off?
I mean, that's the easiest thing to wrap your head around. Like a power divided.
Get close.
Like a power divided it loses the force to enact change. Like if you're black first before you open
Black
your
first,
mouth.
black always.
You're black first, and
Don Lemon had to find out. Remember when Don Lemon used to be a coon? Shout out to Don because
when
Don Lemon
Ferguson years,
Don Lemon
was
is
real beef.
Don Lemon is the only coon who reclaimed himself. I'm trying to think of another coon who unfucked himself. That's it. And Don Lemon had exclusive white dick, so
it was an open fade offering for Don Lemon during the
knowing that if I beat his ass for a righteous reason, I'm going to jail for a hate crime.
Yeah, true.
But it can be done, man. But we wouldn't need to, I promise you, 8 out of 10 gay coons would be gay coons if we loved them.
But yeah, it's like the Trump presidency broke everything, all the pretense down. Because he didn't respect any norms or pretense. So it got to a point where the media was like, okay, well, at this point, we have to start calling shit
what it is.
Like calling it what it is. And so, like you said, that's why I said that you was right. That
you don't know how much that means to me, dog. Because I respect your fucking.
Because I was so frustrated.
I can feel it. And mind you, we don't talk on the phone a lot. So for me to feel palpable, he wasn't sending me gifts.
I was like
talking to me in words.
I don't really be out here like that. Like I'm all about minding my business and drinking water. Like I just want to
glowing.
You know what I'm saying? I be trying, like, for my own mental health, engaging with everything is like it just drains me. Like I don't have the energy for that no more. And like I want to deal with people who is about the solution, about the uplift, and then that's it. But I understand what he was trying to say, that he wanted people to chase, to offer up their control of the country to somebody who is clearly like just bullshitting them and to touch that hot stove and get burned.
Cause y'all don't learn.
And you'll let that idiot touch that hot stove over and over again until they realize what's going to happen. But I was very cognizant of the fact that, like you just said, if America gets a cold, we get pneumonia. We being black people,
and no one kills,
and that we were going to suffer most. If you told me in 2015, like, hey, like I just came from the future, it's 2020, like,
great Scott,
like people are burning shit down. There's riots in the streets. There's several 100,000 people just dead from just incompetence. I would because Trump is elected. I would be like, oh yeah, that sounds about sense. Right. Like none of this shit really surprised me.
But without the context.
Yeah.
Because you just expected anarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I told you the context of it.
Yeah. So it's like nothing really surprised me. Nothing really was like, it's like, wow, I can't believe, like, what I couldn't believe was that Republicans were willing to allow all this shit.
And that should have showed them. Yeah. Like, people think I went to this. No, these niggas are complicit to let a madman run this shit because he's going to sign anything they put in front of him. Yes. Yeah, it was almost a meme. Yes. I'm not reading this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, right, Mitch McConnell is the true enemy of the state right now.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell did more damage
honestly,
than anything that Trump put his
How am I going to do this in a vacuum and in a totally 100% hypothetical that I'm not issuing a threat, or nor do I have intentions to follow through on any of these actions in case any of you Secret Service niggas are listening. If I had the chance to end Mitch McConnell right fucking now.
All right, so Mitch McConnell would just really that really do damage to the.
I'm gonna say this, and I've said it to
Yoda the turtle, Galapagos looking ass.
I've said this 1,000 times.
Beat your motherfucking ass, you wobbly neck ass.
I've said it 1,000 times. Obama's administration was handicapped because we, as a people, lifted him and voted and installed him into this position, and he was saying, "Yes, we can. Yes, we can." And we were like, "Yes, we can," and we got him in. And that was it. And we turned.
Our president was back.
We turned.
Our Lambo was blue.
We blasted that Jeezy, and then we was like,
we was line dancing.
We good now.
But while I shoot him that bail, he had the Senate.
When he first got
the House.
Yes.
And he took care of everybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't shoot him bail. That I know. I understand that had we stayed the course, he would have took care of us at some point.
Yeah.
But what I don't shoot him bail is that when he had us and he thought he had time, he took care of everybody else. And because of that, I wasn't willing to do this again. If I can't trust a fucking black man.
Okay, but listen.
No.
Okay, listen.
If I couldn't trust the black man to start with us, why am I gonna trust his white sidekick?
I don't want to excuse it, but I want to provide context.
Please do.
Okay,
but that's where I'm coming from.
In 2010, the Tea Party movement was ginning up because
racists that agree with abortion.
They were clearly racist. And whatever the reaction was because of that a black man was in power.
That's the only reason Trump is in. Trump used to say
it's a pendulum. It's a pendulum. It swings back and forth.
Trump likes to say that I'm in office because of Obama and Biden, and he in his mind is because y'all were sucked. No, you are in fact in office because of Obama, but not because of his job. Because we had the audacity to put a black man who we didn't even let do anything. So the bar has so been lowered that we thought it couldn't get no lower than W.
Yeah.
Who was a C student at Yale.
But I think hopefully that people recognize this pattern where we have
they don't recognize shit. 68
Republicans.
68 million motherfuckers.
It was 70 million that voted for
I was trying to
Trump.
be kind.
Okay, so.
Go ahead,
I think that, basically, in 2010, the Tea Party movement mobilized and took over the House, and that's where it started. Where
they didn't take over, but they fucked up a bunch of votes because the Democrats still had the House technically, but there was enough Tea Party insurgents
to fuck with it. But basically, what it was is that they were reacting to black men in office and whatnot. And we, Democrats, statistically don't really pay attention to midterm votes.
And we don't fight. I'm not a fucking Democrat. Again, you inherit your shit from your parents. I'm not a fucking Democrat, but Democrats don't fight. Real quick. Sarah Palin walks through in there. I had boots and nothing else. You beaten?
Oh, wait.
I'll believe
Sarah Palin?
Yeah. The finest iteration of Sarah Palin. Not Lisa Ann, because I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
Sarah Palin knocks on that door. Thigh highs and a smile. React.
She had to kiss my feet and lick my ass.
You know she will.
All right.
Shout out to Black. We're gonna wrap
that was a Rick Ross post. But basically,
we don't even like our ass licked, but she reparations.
Not my ass, but like the gooch, yes. But basically,
I don't shave. She got to lick the ass.
All right, so we don't historically Democrats don't pay attention to midterm votes, midterm votes or whatnot.
Well, I feel like we are now because of
state. But Trump forced us to make it. Made
that nigga put Sessions in there.
They made this shit a life or death situation. And so basically it forced niggas to get engaged. It forced, every day Trump had some bullshit that he was doing that was in your face, that it was the end of the world. we've been living this life for 3.5 years, and so everybody was so fucking agitated and not comfortable.
Facts.
That we banded together and we put our personal policies aside
when
and
you
support.
Say we, who you talking about?
Democrats.
Meaning
the
us,
the coalition that Biden put together.
Of the willing.
Yes.
So that means
independents and Republicans that and black people and white people and mixed people.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was getting at.
All that stuff. Everybody who voted for Biden
because they were
probably didn't really
vote for Biden so much as they voted against Trump.
Yes.
And these are the same niggas who yell at me because I voted for Trump, not because I voted for Trump, but against. Why can't you see it? But I understand you don't like it.
Like you said,
I'm not asking you not to like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. When I tell you, do I strike you as a bitch, nigga? When I tell you that I was physically ill.
I knew what was at stake, and I knew that they weren't like.
I was like Doom guy. You play Doom?
Yeah, but Republicans weren't going to learn the lessons that you wanted them to learn.
And no, but here's the thing: I don't expect them to learn lessons because they were complicit. Republicans have been complicit. Their party was hijacked, but they were fine with it because the dude who hijacked it was content to sign anything. If Trump was a true rogue and didn't sign Republican shit, we'd have a different America right now.
Yeah.
It would still be a shitty America, but it would be a different America.
Yeah.
But Trump was content to be, I'm Trump, but I'm really honestly going to sign what they're going to put in front of me because I'm not interested in doing this job so much as being Trump. Does that make sense?
Right.
And Republicans were like, okay, I do shoot the Democrats the bill that if the situation were reversed and that Trump was what he is, but for the Democrats, that the Democrats would say, no, this nigga's crazy. I'm not even going to get this shit signed by him.
Yeah.
I think that they're stupid enough to do that.
Yeah.
What I admire about the Republicans is they are by any means necessary, like Malcolm.
Yeah.
But for the whites.
Yeah.
We refuse to hit these niggas in the balls.
Well, but that's exactly
and
what I was saying.
And this nigga right here,
yeah,
I'll cut him off.
It's exactly what I was saying.
Does that earn it?
One time. So, Republicans are for winning over morals, norms,
anything,
laws.
They can explain everything the way after. They can rewrite what happened.
It's ends justify the means. And they're allowed to eat during that time I was actually traveling the country. I was actually traveling the country during the 2016 election. So I
2016, I had come home. So you were all over the place.
Yeah, I was traveling cross country, just traveling.
Take your horse to the old town. You know, I'm not saying Java, that's my shit.
I was doing cross country trucking during that time, and it allowed me to see the entire country, and I saw the enthusiasm.
Were you carrying?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
End up being a fucking cold case.
When I went to the oil field and I saw,
I ain't trust them niggas. You remember? Every time you were like, Alan, why were you like, you know where you at? Because I know where you at.
No, I bought my first gun in North Dakota.
Was I with? No, I wasn't with you, but I think we talked about it. Like,
yeah.
You remember when I drove past the camp? I was like, you see them niggas? They be getting raped over there because in them fucking oil fields.
I kept that thing on me.
I kept that thing waist high.
Thing.
Are we gonna talk about him?
No, we're not.
Okay.
But
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
But basically, I saw the enthusiasm for it. I saw how terrible a candidate. She was the most qualified candidate to ever live, but technically so was Al Gore. Doesn't win.
And I lay all of this.
It started in 2000.
The start of my disenfranchisement with the Democratic Party was Al Gore. I didn't fault him for losing. I faulted him for quitting.
Yes.
And then I faulted him for not coming back.
He conceded.
You should have came back. Even if you conceded that race,
yeah,
you should have been back that bitch in the 4 years.
And when they all came out, that he actually won Florida. Do your research.
And then fucking Roger Stone. Who's that? Brooks Brothers. And you know who Roger Stone looks like? You know the Muppets? No, I'm talking about like the actual like the show, but I'm talking about the holiday specials with like the Christmas.
Dr. Beaker and Mr.
Right. Roger Stone
yeah.
looks like one of the Muppets that the Ghost of Christmas Past visited. So not the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Okay.
Not the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Oh, yes.
But you remember them two niggas, Abernathy and whoever the fuck?
Yeah, that was off in the Raptors talking shit.
That he offed it?
Yeah.
One of them, I don't know which one of their names because I'm a real nigga.
Yes, I remember.
Just like Roger Stone.
Yes.
And if you watch Roger Stone talk, he goes, look.
Yeah, I see
and
that.
when you put glasses on him,
yeah,
I
see it. He dresses like a Batman villain.
And then when he got out,
yeah. Hey man, you know,
it must be nice to be white.
I get it.
It's almost worth the sunburn.
I get it. Like,
it's almost, you know, a lot of people say white people got the small dicks. But I watch too much porn. Shout out to Peter North. You know who Peter North is?
Yes, I know who Peter is.
So don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, he be slinging ropes.
Nah, with me. Ropes, nigga.
Ropes.
The point is, yes.
Gotta eat a lot of celery. And
yes, West Africa statistically has the standard deviation on dick size, but that's not what I'm getting at. Shout out to white people because I don't think the porn industry is what, you know how we are, hip hop wouldn't be a thing without us. I don't think the porn industry, like if all things were equal, I don't think the porn industry is what it is without white people. Because even if you had 1 million Lex Steels, Mandingos, niggas get bored of that shit. Yeah. Because to this day, Lex and Mandingo are Lex and Mandingo, but the major studios are Vivid, you know what I mean? So shout out to white people for porn. Where would I be without you? Okay? Yeah,
they bring a creative.
However, how the fuck ever, that's all y'all get. Because niggas ain't took that shit from y'all like y'all took hip hop from us.
Yeah. No.
Where was I going with it?
You remember Merc? Do you remember that?
Merc.
Justin Slayer.
Yes.
It was like a
It wasn't like Fatty Girls, but it was like
a gritty ass.
Yeah.
It was a gritty.
Justin Slayer from Atlanta too.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we sling dick in LA. But
we fuck some of the same bitches.
But yeah.
Let that marinate. We fuck
5,
some of the same
6,
bitches.
7, 8. All right, so but yeah, they but yeah, I think that
Justin Slayer. What the fuck kind of name?
Hey man, no, I like.
And he's a god. That's not disrespect. It's just like he was Justin Slayer before he was actually Justin Slayer. So that means he wrote on a piece of paper.
He gave niggas the blueprint to really like bruise a bitch cervix, like to really
at the angle.
Yeah, really.
And then and then to laugh at them, to make them like after you nut, they're still performing, and you just like,
yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah.
Shout out Jay Slay.
Shout out to Marcus, Mr. Marcus too, like
with
just off GP.
Even though you was giving bitches syphilis, I respect the work you did.
Yeah, I mean, that was necessary. You got slapped.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah.
You filed for that. Protect black women. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brothers like Steel. I met him in the Vegas Clave.
Yes. All right. So what are we talking about?
I don't even know. Let's get to this election. We've been bullshitting this.
Okay.
All right. So the election itself. What are your takeaways? My thing is, CNN told us this was going to be a fucking landslide. NBC told us it was going to be a landslide. ABC took it. I get into arguments with
all you polling niggas need to just clock out, clear out your desk.
Y'all niggas are the complex.
Nah, we good.
Y'all niggas are the politics, but the complex is the hip hop. DJ Academic.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper spring.
Yes, like you.
And Lightskin nigga said that shit.
Like you
had
really had us hyped up.
This is the bag.
To think that Texas was gonna go.
What did Alan say? What did Alan say to the group chat?
Fuck, bruh.
I don't say this to be like I'm right, but what I'm trying to say is Alan keeps the same energy.
Same energy.
Alan didn't think that the Republicans had fumbled the bag until after the RNC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any semi-competent person, even with Trump, let's say Trump doesn't change what he actually does for the coronavirus, but if he spins the narrative differently other than it'll go away, Trump mollywops Biden.
Yeah. And
Trump did everything he could to sabotage himself at the polls and still barely lost. That should tell you something.
And it's so stupid. Like, if he had just reacted to the coronavirus correctly, like actually,
not even correctly, just like, follow Obama's plan. It was there. It's like when you buy Madden 2020, and they got the 21 playbook.
Yeah.
And they already got the rosters uploaded, and you don't got to do shit but press X, A, or B.
It's right there. Like, he had it ready for him. And he fired these niggas in 2018.
And he could have just as well brought them niggas back. It was nothing with it.
Well, niggas wasn't sitting around waiting. It was like, oh.
But even he didn't bring them back. He was like, give me the playbook.
Yeah.
And let my niggas run it.
Yes.
And acted like he was
yes.
alone. We would have been arguing, that was Obama's plan, but thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would have coasted. Because he just barely lost, nigga. Like, yes, he lost by 4 or 5 by the popular.
That's what really hurt me, because even though that, part of me was like, all right, 2016, these niggas got it totally wrong. They told me up until the day that Hillary Clinton
could not lose.
As
soon as Philly went down, I was like, oh, this is
I
over.
remember watching Joy Behar like do an app where it just calculated the electoral college, and she was like, "There's no way he can win. There's no way."
What's that nigga name from England? Big Shaq.
Oh,
that's
Big Shaq, yeah.
That's quick maths.
Quick maths. But like, though these polling people are not polling Latinos at all.
And they're not polling the right Latinos. They're not, because to too many of you niggas, Latinos are assorted Mexicans. You need to understand something. The Cubans that are in America are the ones who fled Che Guevara's regime. You know, the niggas who you like to put on a fucking shirt? Those niggas are the alt-right of Cuba. They're here now because if they had stayed in Cuba, Che Guevara's government would have executed them. So they are conservative, regardless. They think they are white. And for the most part, I would say 60% of them are actually white and they just speak Spanish. Yeah. But a lot of them aren't, but they're light-skinned enough where they think that they're white, just like Dominicans think that they're better than Haitians and stuff like that. So you notice that certain Latinos will vote Republican, regardless of if they're broke or not. It's not the Central American Latinos, because shout out to Salvador, but Mexicans, Salvadorians, Costa Ricans, anybody in that Central American stretch of land is not voting for Trump. But the Latino vote is Latino, because Latino means to too many of you assorted Mexican.
That's because, America deals with everything in race. And so they just like, oh, you speak Spanish, oh, you a Mexican, and just throw you off in this bucket because they don't care enough.
Speak American
to delineate, the dozens of different nationalities that
the diversity
Latino vote, like just lumping them all together does you a disservice.
But too many of those niggas are conservative because they were in a country where, and this is not me defending Che Guevara. Yeah, Che Guevara did a lot of things great, but he did a lot of things terrible. But all they knew was a communist scourge took over their country, killed off a bunch of people, and they fled to America. So anything that even seems remotely socialist, ding, 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 which is why these niggas try to paint anything that seems normal as socialistic to galvanize a certain base. Right. They're redneck kick-ass base, and the Latinos who have literally fled from communist and socialist death squads.
They really is receptive to those dog whistles.
So on the one hand, I shoot them bail because you literally ran from a communist and socialist. But on the other hand,
it's loyalty, because if it wasn't for Reagan, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be breathing
at all.
At
all. Let's not act like Reagan didn't do the Nicaragua situation.
Reagan was
the biggest drug dealer there ever was.
The devil, yes.
There was no crack epidemic. It was the crack crisis. It was the war on drugs. But I gotta watch white people doing fucking heroin get the sympathy that my uncles didn't get. I gotta watch Oregon decriminalize. And mind you, I lived in Oregon. Oregon is the first place that I got called a nigger with a hard ER. The first place. And I've been to school in Tuskegee, fucking Alabama. Okay? I remember being in Tuskegee, Alabama, me and my nigga Trivius. We were in a car, we were on the back road, and the car died. It was a torrential downpour. I'm talking about like the type of rain that you get out of the car and you're immediately soaked. And we're on the side of the road, and this wasn't on 85, this was on 81, State Route 81, so you were in the sticks. It's parallel to 85, but it's off. And we're sitting there like, what the fuck we gonna do? We're broke college citizens. Neither one of us got AAA. And then this pickup truck drives by, and in the pickup truck is the common Alabama gun rack with a nice old shotgun and a rebel flag. And he drives past us, and you hear skirt. And mind you, my only forays into the South were Atlanta and Disney World. I'm a freshman in Tuskegee, Alabama. My homeboy is from Atlanta. He went to Crim High School, which is also known as Crime High School in Atlanta. So I'm going off of him, but at the same time, I'm like, nigga, you know what I mean? Neither of us have guns.
Y'all was uninitiated.
Neither of us have guns, but we're both in ROTC, and I'm like, I'm on like Trivius. Are you ready to beat these niggas' ass? 'Cause I know what's about to happen. Like, can we not?
Yeah.
And out of this pickup truck with the gun rack and the Confederate flag hopped two white boys with no socks. They got on overalls with no undergarments, so it's just straight denim on their skin. There's no shirts. Yeah. I imagine there's underwear, but I didn't go that far. Yeah. Point is, they literally get out. I like
to do that every brother my meat raw.
They literally get out on some Huckberry Finn shit. They run over to us, and I'm like, what seems to be the problem? They pop our hood. They do some redneck MacGyver shit. And this is on 81 from between Tuskegee and Auburn. They follow us to the Auburn Walmart. They make sure we're good. They drive the fuck off. They got a Confederate flag and a shotgun. They could have killed us both on the side of the fucking road. Yeah. And you can't tell me they're not actually racist. Yeah. But they're racist with good hearts. Let me caveat that shit. Because a racist is a fucking racist to me. But I understand that white people don't realize how fucked up they are. Or at least some white people don't realize. Yeah. And I think it's a minority of white people who don't realize how fucked up they are because they grew up like that. The majority of white people are the fucking enemy. That's what it is. When we talk about a healthy distrust of white people, you need to prove to me that you're not
I've never regretted not trusting white people.
Ever. Never. Ever. Even when you're wrong, you're like, okay, well, if I'm wrong, then
I got white people I fuck with or whatever.
Don't get me wrong. My brother-in-law is the father of my niece. He's the protector of my
I'd rather
sister.
err on the side of caution.
Right.
Basically.
But I have never felt bad about not trusting a white person, ever. So, but I recognize that these white people are just decent humans with a tinge of racism. It only takes one nigga to do some crazy... Like, if that white boy had done shit to me, he'd be lecturing me about judging white people off what this white person did. Meanwhile, had I stolen his pickup truck, all niggers would have stolen his pickup. You see the difference?
Right.
But at the same time, I'd be lying if I didn't tell y'all that these white people took care of us in the middle of a storm. On a back road. They got us to Walmart. They told us what was wrong. They told us what to go order. They told us don't even let them niggas charge you over some stuff. And they waited till we were back on the road to drive off and do whatever the fuck they did. So Jethro, Cletus, whoever the fuck y'all niggas were, I fuck with y'all. I recognize white people are not inherently evil. But that makes it almost worse. Because if you were inherently evil, I could fucking deal with that. A lot of you motherfuckers choose it and then try to act like you didn't fucking choose it. That's my problem.
White supremacy is just a casual.
It's too fucking convenient. And then you get niggas like Terry Crews talking about, well, we got to be careful about black supremacy. You need to understand something. If black supremacy was a thing, there would be no white people. Yes, we are only 13% of the population in America, but globally, white people are the minority. If black and brown people were fed the fuck up, there would be no more of you sunburn prone ass motherfuckers. none of you motherfuckers would have lice. None of you motherfuckers would be prone to getting wiped out by foot and mouth disease and what's some other white shit? The plague, bubonic plague. No, I can't even put that on white because Asian be eating fucking rodents and shit.
Brain amoebas.
Brain amoebas. Like, if black supremacy was a thing, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's not our bag. I'm not saying black people can't be evil. I'm not saying black people can't hold slaves. But the transatlantic slave trade was a different animal. What's happening in America is a different animal. So while I want...
Y'all took slaves and then retrofitted your science and
phrenology
and religion.
Christ.
Talk about it.
Christ's first miracle was supposed to be restoring blindness or restoring sight to a nigga who touched his garment, right? I submit to you that as the King James Version, Christ's first miracle was not restoring blindness, but being a white motherfucker with no sunblock. Let that sit.
I'm gonna let that sit.
Let that sit.
I'm gonna let that sit.
You've been to Cancun before, right?
Yeah.
Tulum?
Yeah.
What your skin did? It got tight, right? And you didn't burn, but it got tight, right?
Yeah.
And you black as... Well, you're not midnight, but you darker than me.
If Forrest Whitaker was 11 and like Drake was 1, you know,
May not mean
probably
nothing.
like a 6. You know, as far as shade.
And that's in Mexico. That ain't the Holy Land. You mean to tell me this nigga walking around with no sunblock and that's not his first miracle?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, back to election because I'm gonna go for a segue.
Okay.
My thing was, y'all. I'm not gonna say y'all proved me wrong because we agree I'm right. But what I'm gonna say is y'all impressed me because there is no more election where it's painfully obvious that the black vote means something. There's no more election that's painfully obvious that you niggas showed up. Yeah. And this is not me being a finger wagger and a pessimist. Y'all need to understand that even though record number of black people showed up in this election, there were still so many black people who still didn't fucking vote.
Yes.
So even though this is a record amount, and even though that you motherfuckers literally changed the course of this election, imagine if 100% of the black electorate actually fucking voted for Trump or otherwise.
I've been saying this for 4 years.
I don't know what the actual statistic is for this one. I know it's gone up versus the last one because less than 50% of the actual black vote voted last time. But of that less than 50, the majority voted Democrat. But what I'm saying is, even though more black people voted this time, it's not even a fraction of the actual black voting power. Yeah. And y'all still won this election for the Democrats. So I give you kudos in the fact that you showed up. But understand, you niggas have made yourself an obligation in my mind because I, personally, Alan, the humble servant of us, have said that this is a sinking ship. To keep putting it behind. You niggas have insisted on telling me I'm wrong. And I might be wrong because I told you before I admit when I'm wrong. Yeah. So
I just think that, like I've been saying for 4 years now, that we had the numbers in Georgia. I live in Atlanta, inside the perimeter.
Hey, talk to him.
In the deck, you know what I'm saying? In East Atlanta, we out here. Oh, we in zone 6.
I don't know what's on.
Yeah, but anyways, basically, we had the numbers to do so.
Must be two sides.
We had, because 3 million people voted in 2016, but the Republicans won, and they only had like 2,200,000.
Barely.
Like
legally blind.
Now, there's 10 million people that live in Georgia, and black people like 31% at the time, so that's 3.1 million and whatnot. And so basically, you know, like the amount of registered voters that were actually out there versus the ones that actually voted, like
there's still, my point is there's still an untapped black electorate.
Yeah,
and
we could have done this 4 years ago.
But the ones that have been tapped changed this. So what I'm saying to you is, to quote Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility. You niggas against this light-skinned nigga's judgment have decided to throw that behind the Democrats. What I'm saying to you is, that's fine. We can disagree, but at the end of the day, I'm us. So if us is saying that the Democrats is the way to go in this election, I'm with y'all. But what you niggas need to prove to me is that y'all are about it. So this isn't about Biden. This isn't about Kamala. I don't care if they win these runoff seats for the Senate and get the majority. That'd be awesome. But if they don't, I don't give a shit. Because your job is to get shit done, not only on easy mode. Yeah. We have waited 400 plus years. This might have flown in 50 years, 75 years, where, okay, we can only do so much if we have the house and the sun. No. The black man and woman have shown out for you in record numbers, and you are going to pay what the fuck you owe. So Biden's not on the clock. I mean, for y'all, he is. Kamala's not on. But for this light-skinned nigga who you niggas want to call a Trump supporter, for you niggas who think you want the smoke, and again, Greenbelt, Maryland, 20770, talk to me.
Okay,
but if no, I want to fade off. If you are gonna tell me that this is the way to go, because I'm with my people. All right. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm with my people. Yeah. Prove it to fucking me, because this nigga right here knows that when I call his number for the shit, I'm not bringing him into no bullshit. You have me hook, line, and sinker. You have every last one of my guns at your disposal, but I need to know you niggas are gonna hold them to task. The only way Allen knows how to hold elected officials to task is to stop voting for them. You niggas have told me that not voting for them this cycle is not an option. So it's on you motherfuckers to hold them accountable. So when I say that Biden's on the clock, no. Black America's on. You greater than, do it. And this is not me challenging you. This is not me trying to say, watch, you gonna fuck up and fail. I really honestly hope and pray you niggas prove me the fuck wrong, because I will admit I'm not gonna die on this hill for no fucking reason. Yeah. I will gladly say, you know what, man, y'all niggas did that. Y'all changed it. The pessimist in me, the realist in me, the nigga who knows that I'm gonna be talking to my fucking niece at fucking 80 years old, telling her that I let her the fuck down, that I am in fact my ancestors. And I don't say that as disrespect. I'm just saying that I did what they did and expected different fucking results. Why she's having the same fucking conversation with her fucking grandkids, I refuse, man. I refuse. So please, I'm begging y'all niggas to prove me the fuck wrong. That you will hold these niggas accountable, that you're going to show up in the fucking midterms regardless of if they win the Senate or if they don't. Because if they win the Senate and this nigga's not held to deadlines, that within 100 days he's made meaningful legislation for us, and I'm not talking about giving up HBCUs X amount of dollars. I'm not talking about he pardoning these many niggas. Pardoning niggas is retroactive. Put legislation that keeps niggas from having to be fucking pardoned. You know what I mean? Like, meaningful, and I'm talking about us first. I'm not talking about nobody else at all, but us first, because it was us that won this shit. 100%. And if you niggas can't do that, I defy one of you niggas to come and get this ass whooping, verbal or otherwise. Because you niggas are willing to swing on me for fighting for us, and I'll kill you. Honestly and truly, and not feel bad about it, because you are borderline coon, you are borderline Candace Owens. If you stand against me, who's willing to let all of this shit go, to lay his last for us, but you motherfuckers are talking to me about a fucking vote that you aren't willing to wield like the weapon it was meant to be. Yes, our ancestors died for us to vote, but they didn't die for us to be hoes. They didn't die for us to be fucking prostitutes. They didn't die for us to choose between which pimp hit us with the fucking belt versus the other one who burnt us with fucking hangers. They died for us to wield this shit as the weapon it's supposed to be. And I'm ready to swing it. Are you niggas? I hate you motherfuckers for getting me into my fucking light-skinned, drunk, emotional fucking bag, but I just want us to make it. Is that fucking... Y'all niggas think I'm just trying to be anti and to be contrary. Like if I could vote like you niggas, and I was you niggas 10, 20 years ago. No, I'm only 35, so I voted. I've been voting for like 15 years, 18. I don't know. Do the math. The point is, I remember being voted for a nigga because Democrats. I miss that feeling. I'm not voting for it because I'm bitter. I need us to move forward. I don't know what else you want from me, man.
I think that,
and when I offer you a fade offer, you think it's for me to get my aggression out. I'm giving you niggas a chance to fight me the way I would fight y'all for my fucking. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I feel
like it's not that I'm willing to beat your ass because I'm angry. No, I'm willing to fuck y'all up, and I love y'all. So, if you feel the way I feel, me offering the fade is to get me in line.
If you want it, you need to want it like you want your last breath. Like, if you want to stand for something, then if you really want this thing to happen, you need to be ready.
Put your nuts on the table, man.
Right. Exactly. You need to die for this shit. But
because that's where we're at. Too many of us don't think this is life or death anymore. We think this is argument yes or no. Like, this is life or death, and if we don't treat it like that, man, our kids, our grandkids, their grandkids are going to be dealing with this shit like we were never here. How many more years? When Nazi Germany fell, it took them less than a decade to say Nazis are fucking terrible. It's illegal to be a Nazi in Germany. Israel's a question. 400 years. You motherfuckers cannot say in good conscience that Trump failed coronavirus because so many other countries, but then say that Biden is succeeding us by not stopping this today, when he's already admitted he fucked up. And hey, players fuck up. Alan's fucked up. Remember when I without going into details.
Yeah, something else.
You remember, right?
Yes,
you remember?
Yeah,
all right.
Astronomical.
But what did Alan say? Alan gave that to you to laugh at him because he's his own critic.
Yeah.
But what did Alan also say? Alan fucked up, right?
Yes.
So if this man has said he'd come on record, which I applaud Joe Biden for, because I've never heard a politician, a white politician, say, "Hey, I fucked up." Mm-hmm. So that would meant a lot. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
But what he's going to do about it is not necessarily needs to undo what he did. What he needs to do is undo what caused him to do what he did. Right. And it can be done just like that. You can't tell me otherwise, because if Nazi Germany can go from exterminating 16 million fucking Jews in less than 50 years to it being illegal to be anti-Semite, how can you tell me that we can't stop that shit here in this alleged greatest nation on the earth? They're gaslighting us. They're gaslighting you. The difference is, I know they're gaslighting me, and I'm saying, fuck them. You guys, y'all got to do the same shit. And if I'm doing it wrong, I'm willing. I'm willing to fight with y'all. But y'all not even willing to fucking fight. And that's why I offered a fade offering, because if you was really about it, you would be ready to swing on me like I'm ready to swing on you. And you're not. You're not. And I'm not a tough guy. I do have hands, though. Let me not understand that I will beat your ass. So if you're not an actual fighter, I'm trained. If you're not an actual fighter, please don't, because I'm gonna hurt you. But what I'm getting at is the heart level. Like, if you're not willing to bleed for this shit like I am, who the fuck are you to tell me how to fucking vote? Who the fuck are you to tell me what needs to happen? You niggas are just going with it and hoping it works out, and that's. What has that gotten us? What has that gotten us, dog? I love y'all. Like, there is no me without y'all. If y'all think I would vote against y'all for a heartbeat, fuck y'all. When I signed my name, I could have went to any fucking school free of fucking charge, dude. I signed my name in the time of war to go and blow up brown people who didn't do shit to me, who never called me nigga for once. For us, because I love this country just like anybody else did, who don't fucking love us. And you niggas got the nerve, the audacity, unmitigated gall to call me a fucking Trump supporter. I'll beat your motherfucking ass, and I say that with love. That's all I got. I'm done. Go ahead.
I think that Trump's presidency created a situation where white people were so uncomfortable that they had to pay attention. That they had to pay attention to what was obvious to all the peoples of color. Like you have, like I was saying before, a perfect storm, a pandemic, record unemployment. Niggas got time. Niggas are unemployed. Niggas don't know where their next paycheck is coming from. Rent is due. They're angry. They're angry. They know who is fucking up, and they're focused to it. This person has no ability to utilize the tool of empathy. Like he doesn't have any sympathy for anybody.
Almost has Asperger's.
Have
you seen those clips of Hitler? You remember the games where Jesse Owens ran and they beat the master race and everything? Mm-hmm. If you watch clips of Hitler, he's doing this and shit like that, and there's a hypothesis that he had Asperger's.
No. He was turned off of some fucking meth.
And here's the thing: that's not an excuse for Hitler being Hitler.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, he wasn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Now, I'm not trying to give him no excuse, but he was off. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they still let him run the fucking country. Yeah. It's kind of like Donald Trump. Donald Trump's vocabulary is no more than a fourth grade. Everything is tremendous, stupendous, great, awesome, owned. And then you look at surrogates like Candace Owens, Officer Tatum, owned, destroyed, annihilated the libs. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like, do y'all not hear yourselves right now?
Well, they're tapping into that nihilism that makes people want to just give up their reins to their own life and have people think for them.
I've been trolling the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
I said, look at you, the I-8 ass face.
Yeah.
Man ass.
Like those people, it's very comforting and easy to just let people tell you what to think and let people hold the reins to your political choices or beliefs or whatnot, because that's what most of right-wing media is. It's propaganda. Like, it does the thinking for you. I'm trying to get home tonight.
Well, what is that?
That's water.
That's water.
This is Crown.
Okay. I thought you said something about Remy. That's what I was like.
Oh. We'll talk about it later. But basically,
you know you can crash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want y'all niggas to know I didn't.
No, I'm like, I know my limit. I'm
no, you
chill.
Respect and you're a pro in this.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you as a nigga.
Yes, for sure. I wouldn't risk.
I didn't even let you get the. I apologize.
But basically, it's easy to allow something bigger than yourself to try and just to hand over the reins to your life, so you don't have to stress about what your failures are. You know what I'm saying? And so, basically, when Trump came through and talking about, I'm just going to, he has no shame. He has no qualms about just promise you whatever the fuck he wants, whatever you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And since he talks like them, they recognize
what
that.
What kills me is the coal miner is voting for him when he literally killed coal. He took away their health care to deal with their black lung. He had that nurse come on the orange. Did you know that nurse? Did you hear my last podcast or 2 podcasts ago? The nurse who came and spoke. She's the daughter of a coal miner. She's a nurse. She stabbed another nurse 2 weeks ago. So and here's the thing. You may or may not remember. Me and my ex broke up, right?
Yeah.
And then I was dealing with a shorty that I knew from college who said she loved me and she smashed my LB.
I remember that.
She's a nurse. She worked with that nurse.
Wow.
That's how small the world is.
Wow.
She told me that nurse had got fired twice for stealing patients' drugs and shit like that. But they let this bitch, before this stabbing incident, speak at the RNC. That's the current Republican.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's how crazy the fucking world is.
Yeah.
Real quick, so we talked about Biden at least. I mean, I don't trust him any more than other white person, but I give him the credit for admitting he said play his fuck up. Mm-hmm. What remains to be seen is what he does about it, when he does it about it, and how black people hold him to the fire. Yes. Kamala Harris, your reactions go.
I appreciate the historical nature of just she being who she is and being elected to the second highest position in the nation. But I just wish it wasn't a person with that background in politics.
Right, but if we're going to shoot Joe Biden the bill that he said play his fuck up, we have to be able to shoot that same.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Joe Biden wrote the bill. Joe Biden said, well, hey, I was wrong. And I was not expecting that. And he didn't do it until the very last. He was like, hey, I fucked up. Mm-hmm. We're going to fix it. Yeah. So if we're going to allow this white man to say, I fucked up, we're going to fix it, we have to be able to say to Biden, to Harris, that I fucked up. Now, will she is a different question. Yeah. Because she hasn't said it.
I mean, but when she ran...
To this day, she's I stand by my record, and this, and the third. So I have yet to see that from her. But maybe she will. I don't need a declaration. I'd rather see a sermon than hear one. Right. Any day.
But I'm like, she is going to run with Biden's message or whatever.
Right.
She set that second.
So we have to assume best case if we get best case scenario fate that if Biden recognizes he fucked up that she's willing to go back. Yeah. Okay, that's an assumption, and we already know what happens with assumption. Yes. Let's break down, I guess, the issue on Kamala Harris's blackness. Go. Is she black or no?
She's fucking black.
That it is.
Like
it is no. That's it. We can get into the joint. No, I don't even want to have this argument.
No.
Kamala Harris is black.
Whether she's
Kamala Harris is black. You can come see me in Greenbelt, Maryland, if you think otherwise. Moving on.
Niggas didn't learn anything from 2016.
Because niggas will say I'm not black because my hair all wavy.
2016, it was proven that the Russians.
Shout out to what's the company? Shit. Black with No Chaser with the Dem Hands University. Don't catch a full scholarship. I will say this shirt feels immaculate. This cotton it's not charged cotton, but it's that nice cotton that won't. It's not the Spencer's bullshit where you wear it once and you wash it and it fits different. This is that soft, non-itchy shit. The printing is not going to peel. I will say this though. This shirt was supposed to be a surprise for me, and the homie Janelle ordered this shit over a month ago. She got a confirmation letter that it was shipping, and it took over a month to get there. So Black with No Chaser, chase your shit down. You got some shit to get together, but your product is quality.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Hey man, where you get that shit?"
And that's why there's middle ground for you niggas who say don't buy black businesses. No, I'm not with you. I'll shoot you in the fuck because no white person ever said that shit. If you leave a valid critique, a good black business will take that. Steel sharp as steel. But for you niggas to run off on this black, that's why I don't support black niggas. I'll beat you on your motherfucking face.
I support whatever black business that's holding it down.
The product is quality once you get it, and it's real easy for me to say because I didn't order it, and it was just a surprise to me. So Black with No Chaser, please get your shit together. Shout out to Angela Dennis, your fine ass. But please, because this is a quality product that I feel like you can deliver to us. Dem Hands University don't catch a full scholarship. Yeah. But honestly, I'm not a tough guy, but I will fight any of you niggas.
Like y'all fall so
when I know my
to
ass
be so woke. How do y'all fall for every
most niggas
misinformation?
Most niggas when they meet a dude who they know can beat their ass, will be like, "Can we talk about this?" I'm the type of nigga that's like, "Please beat my ass." Who's my spirit animal?
Was it a mountain lion?
No, what them sayings do?
Oh.
What them sayings do?
You're gonna
beat me one time because I'm coming back, right?
Right. Going back harder.
You bitches,
for sure.
But shout out to Kamala Harris. That outfit wasn't it tonight. Did you see that shit?
No.
No, she was dressed like a napkin. like a Golden Corral napkin. Like,
I seen it like they caught her in the park when she got the news.
And then niggas
like
trying to shoot her bail saying that was Olivia Pope special. But Olivia Pope shit fit. Her shoulders look like them Golden. But again, I am not disrespecting a black woman because she could wear a burlap sack. I need her to go and work. What I am saying though, as a member of the D9, the Divine Nine, and she's an AKA.
Called slipping.
I expect better. Now, the all white was bold and it could have been dope. But lady, you know better. I expect better and I know you will give me better. Those of you thinking I'm being unfair to her, fuck y'all, because she'll steal, sharpen, steal. And I'm the fucking bruh. Slam me then. But Kamala, listen to me. I told you niggas, you black people, you did this. This is on my Facebook status. I put it on Instagram. Black people, you did this. You. Don't ever question if your vote matters. Okay?
Never.
Don't ever. I don't care if you voted Democrat. I don't care if you voted Republican. I don't care if you voted Independent. The point is, vote.
It's so crazy that people niggas still say that shit.
Because if I can defend as an educated nigga not voting for that, then there's no excuse for you niggas who ain't engaged to either vote one way or the other. But at least you got fucking involved. But just like Joe Biden says, he's the president of everybody, just including the people. Listen to me. I'm black first. I didn't vote against Democrat because I'm like Officer Tatum and the rest of these coons, and I just ran to a new pimp because he treated me better, or at least, you know what I mean? I'm us. I've never been not us. I will kill for any one of you niggas, even though I don't like you over there. But if it's us against them, there's no choice for me. Vote, get involved, you know what I mean? And then stay involved because we need to hold these niggas to a timeline. First 100 days, X, Y, Z. Why isn't it happening? Oh, you don't have the Senate? What that mean to me? Make it work, Mr. I'm Mr. Bipartisan and I've worked across the lane. You made it work for everybody else.
Yeah.
Work. No, because them excuses might have flown in 19, whatever the fuck, 18, whatever the fuck. This is 400 years. We've bled for this country. We fought for, we've died for this country. You know, we continue to die. We can continue to kill by this country. All I'm saying to you is I don't want to have this conversation with my grandkids. I don't even have a kid yet. Okay? So please get involved, stay involved. If you want to beat my ass, Greenbelt, Maryland, you can tweet me at Dependence Mightier, spelled DAPENIZMIGHTIER, just like Sean Connery on, late great Sean Connery on Saturday Night Live skit when he was Dependence Mightier. Facebook, Allen, ALLEN, Epps, EPPS, like Mike and Omar. Instagram, at Control Your Epps-perience. I'm going to let the Gif Gawd talk his shit real quick.
But yeah, I think we need to put a ticker from the amount of fade offerings that were in this episode.
Wow. It's not a fade offering. It's not so much I'm challenging you. It's just that to understand my door. It's an open door policy.
Open door fade policy. Yes, I agree with that. Yes. Okay.
You heard?
But yeah, so I think that just one of the situations where you are like you were right because you saw that people need to be right. People need to be focused, and the only way they're gonna be focused is to hurt them.
It's the haze. Running from it. The brothers have a phrase: "Running from it will not save you. See it through." This is a haze to us. All right, I wanted us to get somewhere where black people are resilient, and even if this country has to burn down, we might not all make it, but I'm confident that we will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Okay, I would rather it be most of us, but I will absolutely accept some of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this thing.
If you're telling me it doesn't have to get that bad, please show me. I want to see it, but I don't. I'm with you. I'm not fighting you, but I don't see it. That's what I'm saying.
It activated everybody to put their personal politics aside to coalesce around getting the job done.
Cool.
So, like, you know, all the Democrats are like wrangling cats. You're trying to get everybody in.
Cats do whatever the fuck they want.
You know, they get everybody in the same place. But the issue, people are, you know, so stuck on their personal politics that you don't realize that, you know, politics is a negotiation. That, you know, even though Biden right now, like his policies up front right now are not exactly what a progressive Democrat would want, like myself, but the fact that if you are going to start a revolution, I think it would be better to start a revolution with a president that is at least willing to hear you, at least willing that respects that your vote matters. Someone that who is not actively and openly advocating rednecks to come out and shoot you down in the street at your protest.
Honestly, though, I appreciate that. Go on. I feel what you're saying.
But you know what I'm saying? So, like, what I'm saying is that maybe the revolution would be easier if you were talking to you were trying to push against somebody that was willing to negotiate. Somebody that doesn't see you as human, and that is actually a white supremacist and blatantly so, is not trying to negotiate with no niggers.
With the hard they are.
So like I understand that, you know, if y'all want to do a civil war, then all right, let's talk about that. Let's get ready for that. But if y'all
niggas can't run, y'all niggas can't shoot. Y'all niggas ain't even bought a gun, and when you did, you bought a pistol.
And I know several. I live in the South, and I know a couple of just random, good old boys that in their free time, their spare time, they go and train in. They go train in a militia. They run drills.
And not saying that they SEALs, but they better than you.
They practice this shit. They want a civil war so bad
because they outnumber us.
Because they just want the excuse to go ahead and take
for the South to rise again.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that let's, like, we got Biden in, and let's acknowledge that, you know, he wasn't my first love.
First, second, third.
But if you're like, let's be smart and think past this exact moment. Let's think forward and think about, all right, do we want to negotiate with somebody who has structured his campaign about like restoring norms and like civility
versus addressing us
versus, and it's dependent on our vote because Atlanta,
he does not win without Atlanta. He does not win without Detroit. He does not win without, I don't know what black cities in Arizona. Philadelphia. But I'm talking about Arizona. I don't know which, because
I mean Vegas niggas out.
Vegas is in Nevada. I'm talking about Arizona, like Flagstaff.
Oh, you said Arizona.
I don't know what a nigga's at in Arizona, but the point is, he don't win without us, black people. You did this, so please finish the fight. Make him see us, and not only see us first. Like, I'm with you. I voted against him. I voted for Trump because I didn't think that you niggas were gonna follow through. Please prove me wrong, because I'm with you niggas. Y'all have my sword. Y'all have my AR. Y'all have my M4. Y'all have me, man. I will lay my life tomorrow, but y'all gotta.
Trump era was stay safe, like Nipsey Hussle said. Biden era is stay dangerous. We have to use that same energy that put him in office to hold him accountable and make sure that he is passing legislation that is actually benefiting us, so we can actually get something out of these.
I look to you niggas. Do we talk about Travis?
Travis? Oh no, we didn't talk about that. No.
All right, shout out to
talk about some nigga shit,
real quick because it's 3:30. But I mean, I don't got nowhere to go. But I've never been more proud of you niggas by getting Travis Scott to turn off his fucking Instagram because y'all flamed him the fuck up. And this is not in any small part to the Coonin that Travis did. But let's act like Travis never did that coon shit that he did.
He did.
This nigga really came on the internet. And you know what? Normally it would have been him right. Let me tell you where he fucked up. Let me tell you, okay?
It's embarrassing for me.
Because Batman is so iconic.
Yes.
It's like, you know, like, okay, Whitney took Dolly Parton's song. And Dolly Parton, this is no shade to Dolly Parton because Dolly Parton is a titan of the country music game.
100%.
But it's just like when Michael took Smokey Robinson's song. When Whitney took I Will Always Love You, Travis tried to take Batman. And he had too many Batmans to try to steal from. He tried to take Keaton's Batman. He tried to take Kilmer's Batman. He tried to, you know what I mean? Like, and then he turned it chocolatey.
I think he was inspired by
Jaden. No, but Jaden killed it.
He did the all white though.
But here's the thing. That's an immediate foil. No, it didn't need no explanation. And the reason why Jaden won is because not only did he go all white, he did all white at Still Negro Kanye's wedding. And dared Kanye to say some shit. So I stand them Smith journey. You know what I mean? Like that shit was iconic. And not only did he do that shit at the wedding, you know, normal niggas were saying, okay, you're a Smith child, so I can't do shit to you, but go in the back. This nigga was in the front fucking row clapping like, can y'all niggas hurry up? And Kanye, when have you ever known Kanye to shut the fuck up?
Oh my God.
Who shut Kanye up? Jaden motherfucking Smith. So what Travis did.
In hindsight, I respect that move.
What Travis did, I respect what Travis tried to do with the coordination because this nigga had a fudge chocolate Lambo, a fudge chocolate, whatever that SUV was. So I recognize that would. Here's where Travis fell the fuck apart.
He surrounded himself by yes men that wouldn't tell him that shit. Like, nigga, you look like a roach.
He was half second away, and the reason why it fucked up because chocolate almost looked roachy. And then two, if you look at the picture, which he deleted, so the shoulder garment where the helmet comes and is supposed to attach to the cowl was separated. So I'm sure he spent cash money on this fucking costume, but it looked Party City-ish because it didn't meld together. That's number one, at least from a nerd standpoint, a cosplayer standpoint. But where he really fucked up was he overestimated his individual sauce. And this is from a nigga who's gone to I went to Made in America. Shout out to Lainey from CK. She won them tickets off of WKYS. We went to Made of America last year. We saw Cardi, we saw Travi, and Travi threw a dope show. His energy when he performs is insane. The problem is that's a live show with motion. He posted a picture and expected his energy to come through. And then if you're gonna do that, it can be done, but you have to have flawless execution with the costume, which he thought he had because he matched his costume exactly to the color of the Lambo and to the color of the SUV. The problem was the costume itself wasn't crisp as it should have been. And it looked like he shopped a little bit because his face got wide as fuck, looking like.
Why did he choose brown? Like it was like flesh colored,
right? And then so you look like the innards of a fucking blunt before a nigga roll you up, nigga, and you look like.
God, bro.
Yo, the comment that sent me, they said, "When your mama say we got Batman at the house."
Hell nah. They did them. I mean, niggas make choices. All right. He came out there like that.
They said this nigga was man bat, not Batman.
Man, when I saw that meme of him like with the Batman signal, but it was just a big ass cockroach, bro.
I was drinking. It burns,
bro.
And then when they did the blank man, well, slap me hard and call me Susan. Susan J5. But you know, the funny, I've never been more proud of it. You know, I've always said that the internet for the '90s babies,
when I say 90s babies, I mean niggas really born in the 80s, but who grew up in the 90s. 90s babies know that you didn't prove yourself till you went to the cafeteria at that lit table where niggas on one end was rapping, niggas was joning, niggas was fighting. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The internet has become that lit table in the cafeteria.
Yeah, true that.
So I've never been more proud of you niggas, not only for roasting this nigga to within an inch of his life, but actually making this millionaire, borderline billionaire, because he's about to divorce a Kardashian. Oh. Yeah, he filed for, or one of them filed for divorce. Who knows? The point is, he's married to a Kardashian, the richest of the Kardashians.
I mean, you're going to plant your seed. You plant it.
Got a kid with her, so he's about to get alimony.
Yeah.
Y'all made this nigga delete his Instagram, so I've never been more proud of y'all. And then, because I wish I would be that rich and give a fuck with.
Right.
Like, I don't give a
broke ass niggas.
I'm poor.
Yes.
And I'm ready to fight all you niggas, only because I'm bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was rich, I would, and I really felt the way, I would pay niggas to fight y'all.
Right. But you were that rich that you had the money to, like, even, it's still a flex. It was
because the costume was lit. It was litter than any Party City. But because it was Travis and it wasn't perfect.
Yeah. It was just it was a great idea, but
if I wore the same one, if I wore the same one, it would have went totally different because niggas have lower expectations of me.
Right.
But here's the thing though. Not only did y'all niggas make this nigga quit his IG, he comes back 2 days later and says, "Oh, I turned my IG up so I can focus on my family." Well, hold on, let me see if I got an adequate sound effect for that shit. Go ahead, keep talking.
It's like a boo.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, I need to write that down because I need to add this shit.
You need a boo.
Boo this man.
Boo him.
Let's do this. I turned off my IG so I can focus on my family. Followed by.
Yeah, the big one. Because I mean, like, I don't know. I guess he's from that younger generation.
They weird. They're rich, but they weird.
Well, yeah, like social media is everything. But like
he should know better.
Like Tyler, the Creator, like how do you get cyberbullied? Like just close your eyes. Like just turn the shit off.
You know what I envy about Tyler, the Creator? You know how you can't out gay a white person. Like gay is not a threat to them.
Yeah.
Tyler has somehow tapped into that. Well, I don't even know if he's really gay.
Yeah.
But it's besides the point because it's like you call what would normally offend a West Coast, especially a West Coast nigga.
Yeah.
Tyler's like, yeah, I'm gay. No lube, bro.
Well, he always made himself out to be
and he might actually be gay.
Counterculture,
no,
trolling. I believe him. I believe him
too. I don't know if I believe Jaden. I think Jaden's
because straight dudes don't play
right
gay.
at all. So and he's black.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't know if I believe Jaden, but let's say I believe Tyler totally. If I'm gay, let's say I'm gay. I don't care that you know I'm gay. Call me. But at a certain point, when you're calling me gay, you know that I don't care that I'm gay. Yeah. So by you calling me gay, you're not talking about me actually being gay. You're bringing some other energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Tyler don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not. And again, I wouldn't judge Jaden. Jaden's still Jaden.
Yeah.
If he likes boys or if he whatever.
He probably bisexual.
Right. He might entirely be.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced that he is. But that's a non-issue.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is Tyler has tapped into that white boy shit that you can't out-gay a white boy. Like even in the JBP, Roy be like, I can't wait to come. And no.
He's like whatever energy like Adult Swim quantifies.
Yes.
Like it's he's
able to do things that we gotta answer.
He tapped in, Odd Future. Like even though I
forgot about Odd Future. God damn.
Like he came up talking about the atheist, Antichrist type shit, and like he was real like dark edgy. He was super edgy.
Right.
And so he came up and like I know that he regrets that stuff now, whatever, but he occupies that space where it's like, all right, so are you playing? Are you serious? Whatever. But anybody that jokes about like jokes about that type of stuff, I just believe them. Like,
no,
so when he's
it costs me nothing to believe you, and it's funnier if you come out and tell me you were trolling. But
But
shout out Tyler, shout out Jaden.
What I know about straight dudes is that they wouldn't play like that. So when you say
You know what happens to me? I get hit on regardless.
Yeah.
Could you imagine me playing these games?
Yeah, so like if you were saying that,
you're
like, ha, I'm gay. I was like, okay, you're gay.
Like you still my nigga, but what's that scary movie? Oh no, it was Remember the Titans. You was just playing with old boy.
Sunshine?
Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine, yes.
Never forget Sunshine truck. Sunshine handed the ball off to the broken-wristed backup quarterback, then blocked him and trucked 3 niggas, and then beat him still into the
Sunshine had a cannon on him, though.
No, I'm not debating Sunshine arm. What I'm saying is in the final state championship game, Sunshine ran the reverse to Petey, the quarterback that he replaced, with the broken wrist. So now you have a broken wrist running back. He's running. Sunshine is a reverse, so Sunshine is now lead blocking him. Sunshine blocks 3 All-American linebackers. And then not only does he block them, he beats Petey, a Negro, after trucking 3 other white boys, All-American white boys, into the end zone. They don't make white boys like that no more.
That's movie magic, but all right. But
it was a real, shout out because the TC Williams coach just died either earlier this year or last night.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
But hey, man, Royce, I can't thank you enough for coming through. I know you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you came here to fuck with your boy.
Always down to do hood rat shit with my friends.
I want to thank you for admitting that I was right, but not on the sense of self-aggrandizement. No, you heard me. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, like I said,
I would have the same appreciation if you would say you was wrong, but I get it.
Yeah, no, back then, 2016, I was saying I believe you were wrong, but I get what you're trying to go for.
Right.
But 2020, I see that people needed to hurt to focus them because we had the numbers in Atlanta to do what we did now in 2016, but did not have the participation, did not have the energy. I understand that Hillary, even though she was most qualified candidate to ever be and all that stuff like that, it's historic.
My only problem with Hillary is she did not campaign. She didn't do what Joe did. I mean, she fucked up with them emails. Yeah. The emails is a minor thing, but as somebody who used to have a security clearance who doesn't have one, I've seen niggas' careers ruined over less than what she did.
But she
had to do was say, "Players fucked up. I won't do it again," and I would have voted for Hillary.
She didn't take any. She didn't take any press conferences or anything like that. And she just took. It was her entitlement that cost her.
And you want me to vote for another white woman like this who got me killed?
She didn't campaign in the blue wall or whatnot. Yeah, and she didn't.
And she lost the blue wall because she just knew she had it.
She didn't do the work because she was also.
Stacey Abrams went in and did the fucking work.
She was the blueprint. She was the first one to ever do it. So I understand there's growing pains and whatnot, and she needed to she learned the hard way. I mean, it would have been better if she had won. I voted for her, but because I knew how dangerous Trump was.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
You don't understand that when I voted for it. I was physically ill, Royce. I didn't eat for 3 days. You had an ideological stance on what needed to happen to specifically black people, and that's why I'm saying that you're right about that. Is that people weren't engaged to the level that they needed to be. Like you talk about like the young votes that are out here now, the black votes or that got this win for Biden. It's because people were tuned in and focused because they realized there's consequences to elections. And if we keep on I understand when people say, you just vote for a Democrat because you're told to and, because it's not Republican. Republicans have become the party of white supremacy. So I'm not about to vote for that. Whether they believe it or not.
Yeah, but
just like Democrats are too, it's smoother.
Yeah, but it's 3 choices. It's the choice to not to vote for Democrat and vote for Republican. And we have to exercise all three when it's
applicable. Be clear, the only reason I didn't vote for the third party is when I say you niggas, not you. Yeah. Y'all told me that to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
And what I didn't want to do was spend the next 4 years saying,
right.
Oh, you voted for Trump anyway.
Yeah.
And then two, I don't believe in alibis.
Right.
I'm willing for the smoke.
Yes. It's just that, basically this Trump fucked America up just like how it's analogous to how Bush fucked America up that allowed Obama to happen. Because we were so down bad, he was like, "Fuck."
And the crazy thing is, there was a time where we thought Bush was the dumbest nigga
ever.
And you know what? I read his book.
The bar.
I read his book.
Was so
Bush
high.
Bush is the type of white boy that I would hang out with, not necessarily employ for the fucking president. He's a good person. He just don't understand his own whiteness, but he wants to. You know what I mean? But like, should he be stumbling through that as a president? No. You know what I mean? But we've lowered the bar so much.
He was tragically ignorant,
but as bad as you thought that was,
But Trump, I don't care what you say, was not ignorant of anything that he did.
He just did it anyway.
He knew what he was doing.
And that's why they said, "Oh, I'm here because of Obama." You're right, but not because you're better. Because they said that white mediocrity is always somehow competition for black excellence.
Right.
And what the country said was, how dare we put a black man in there, even though we blocked him at every turn. Let's put whatever white man wants this fucking job, regardless of who he is. Right. And we got exactly what we deserve. And that's why I voted the way I did, because white people won't figure this shit out until their house is burnt.
I think, but like I said, it's just that perfect storm of everybody's hurting equally. We're all on the same page. Niggas ain't in their jobs. They got laid off because of COVID. They got time. They angry. They frustrated. And then the ignition point was George Floyd.
Absolutely. R.I.P. to God, George Floyd.
Yeah.
I think every day, and it's a lot of internalization because I'm the oldest of four. That I think I wanted my brother, my sister being there. You already know what I'm on.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that you already know what I'm on.
We spoke about this earlier. If you're following it,
I think that's even that. I find some strength in that, but the deflection is that could have been me, man. Like you know what happened to me in the Air Force. Yeah. That there would have been no hashtag for me. Right. There would have been no march. And my mother, that's all she would have had. So shout out to all of us, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. What's the dude who just got killed in Philly? Walter.
Oh, I didn't hear about the Philly one.
Last week. It was 3 Philly incidents. Look it up real quick. Philly, the dude who got killed in front of his mom with a knife. Look it up real quick.
Okay, yes. But I thought you were talking about the black man that got killed in Atlanta.
Too many, man.
In Atlanta.
That was King Von.
Yeah, King Von.
And the thing is, I'm old. I'm not gonna pretend that I listen to all the King. I listen to a few of them just by virtue of the JPP. But the crazy thing is, the last JPP, they were like, King Von is always a friend of the show. Don't ever come up here because niggas is trying to kill you, but we fuck with you. And then
Walter Wallace Jr.
Walter Wallace Jr. Say his fucking name. Shit. Hold on. One more time. Give me a drop.
Walter Wallace Jr. Crazy shot for 27 years.
I think that was 21. Listen to me. These Chicago niggas are different, but at the same time they're the same. King Von, I heard a track from his that I fucking dug, but even if I hated your raps, I hate to see a young black man in the street. And while it might have been at the hands of another black man, at that same time it's like he wouldn't be here if this country was what it is. Prayers to his family, prayers to his fans. Yeah. I hate this for us, and that's why I do what I do. I don't know what else to say,
man. I just hope that Biden actually,
you admitted you fucked up. Do something about it.
its hope is actually going to work on really structurally enacting change into the judicial system.
I voted against you, but I have the same hope that I did when I voted for Obama.
In my opinion, it's like it's hard to make changes to a system that was built to oppress black people. Like the system acts.
It's property.
The system acts as it was designed.
Right. But, if I act like this is a failing of the system.
This is how it works. It's just that we've been separated.
We raised our values somehow from 3/5
to what? Who knows? But
yeah. So I just I'm about defunding, but he's not going to do that. So our job is to push for the change that we want, even though he might not agree with it right now. That we got to show them that, all right, so the black people showed up. We got this thing done. You want to stay where you at? Then we need to talk.
And what that means is that if I'm with y'all.
Yeah.
I voted against y'all, but I'm willing to play your game because it's like a team thing. Yeah. I called this play, you overruled me. Fine, but I'm gonna run the play you called.
Right.
What that means to me, though, is just like I'm gonna comply. Yeah. If you don't get the result that you intended, you're willing to do what the fuck I told you to from jump. Right. No, I told you so. It's just that we cannot do this again. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. If y'all prove me wrong, I'm the first. Hey, man, y'all restore my hope in this fucking country that I was willing to die for. Yeah. And I don't say that figuratively. One of us signed our names. The other are y'all. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. So, I want to be wrong. Y'all think I have to be right. That's a lot of people make me think, oh, you just got to be right. You got to argue. I want to be wrong. Yeah. I beg for one of you niggas to beat me, but you don't. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, again, man. Hey, man, I don't know if y'all have realized this is probably my longest podcast, but I also feel like it's the most content-filled. Thank you to the Gif Gawd, Royce the Ruler. I'm not going to give y'all his government because he be in the streets, but I feel like this is the most compelling. Hey, you got any socials you want them to follow? Thirst Traps, the IG, the Twitter, the Facebook?
I'll just be on social media for the memes.
Be in the streets more than Sesame.
Like, if y'all want to have a conversation, you can hit me wherever on Tree Fitty, TREE_Fitty, PHIDDY.
How does the Among Us shit work? Do they got to add to the group chat, or can they go and join your clan? Or?
We need to get on the game, man. Yes, because the Grove.
Look at my face. Y'all say this shit?
Most of the Grove play.
I know that, and y'all irritated. But y'all was playing before it.
What I want
y'all added me to the group chat, and I wasn't playing the game for like a good 6 months.
What I want to orchestrate is we can use.
What's the next break we have?
Discord,
where I don't have nothing else to do.
It'd probably be after Thanksgiving or something.
You have one chance to win me.
We're gonna get on Discord, and what we should do is record the whole thing because
I'm telling you that is your one chance to get me to play this game. You remember how long it took you to get me to clash?
Yeah.
And now I can't stop clashing.
But yeah, I'll like
to a fucking fiend.
Like I'm like COVID has obliterated everybody's plan for 2020, but I do plan to build some. I plan to stream on Twitch, and
you know my brother does that shit.
Yeah, I do. That's the homie Morgan. What's up to you? But I'm going to be streaming on Twitch and whatnot. I just got to get my situation set up. I just we got displaced, we moved, all this other stuff like that. So look out for that. But basically, we're going to get this man on Among Us, and we're going to have some fun.
Because y'all niggas is sus. That's all the reason I'm over the play. Like, you know that.
Like, you going
I don't say shit through the digital space that I wouldn't say that.
But no, it's an entertaining game to just to have your man's bold face lie to you.
And I feel like the same liar is the same liar, Mike. But you rich,
You really learn about
you
somebody
non-washcloth
who
using ass
actually-
nigga. You
okay, so this is how you lie.
You rich racer ass nigga. Like I'm not gonna get it. The real know the real. But hey man, 4 hours of fucking content, not just
4
us talking
hours?
like. But it flew though, didn't
Jesus
it?
Christ!
It flew though. Ain't it a blessing?
It's a blessing.
Hey man, again, thank y'all for controlling y'all experience. My name is Alan Epps, the namesake. If y'all want to follow me at Dependence Mighty on Twitter, control your experience on Instagram, ALLEN Epps as in Mike and Omar on Facebook. Please tell me what you think of this podcast because it matters, but not to what you think it is. I might tell you to fuck off, but I'm gonna read it. Okay, please. The show is for y'all. Welcome to the Gif Gawd. I'll make him as available as possible.
Shit, man, we talking about, man.
This is the best case we could have done it in person, but he has my actual fucking number. We can do this shit online whenever the fuck. Again, man, I hope y'all. I try to bring y'all the content y'all deserve, and I hope y'all feel that way. One. We ain't said one since 2000. Yeah, one.
ATL ho.
Yeah.
We got out of here.